All right, everybody, welcome to session 25 of the Skies of Ithcarius campaign. We had a short break from the previous week as we had some of our players transitioning, trying to get into place before this global coronavirus shutdown occurred so that we could continue playing. And when we last left our heroes, or let's just leave it at our party, Uh, they had went on a very intense shopping trip throughout the gnomish city of Burnsville, attempting to stock up on supplies, things for their ship, coordinating efforts, ignoring undead cultists that exist within one of the characters' temples, uh, strong arming a guild to come and inspect their ship to determine how they could do upgrades without having to pay the guild to actually perform the upgrades for them. With a little underhanded bribery and bargaining, they were able to figure out a lot about how Aether Core engines work and the systems they're in, and discover that in these efforts, they had sent a missive out accidentally that went back to the town of Salash to verify that they worked with the Empire. And Remus Mordaunt, the mayor, was on his way to the town of Burnsall, roughly 3 week trip in order to get here. And they've been warned that a couple of people have been told to kind of make sure they chilled out and stayed in the area while he comes to investigate this claim after they had upset the town of Salash through their actions earlier, sending all the Lapine out in hiding and away from the region. They headed back to their ship to spend the night on board, knowing that Left Hand Jack would arrive in the morning, and to also prepare for the funeral of Drazar, their now departed friend who could not be raised from the dead. But in such a manner, they have gained a new friend and ally with Rajin the cleric, who will most assuredly do phenomenal death rites for Drazar as they prepare for the funeral of their friend. And with that, what do you all wish to do?
Make our way back to the religious district to recover Drazar's remains.
That would be a very good thing. Yes.
Oh,
Of course, they are locked up in the Temple of Death currently, hidden in a chest, I believe.
yep.
Yes.
Nobody's
Safely,
gonna want to go in there.
safely guarded.
So, uh, as the morning rises, you guys prepare to head back out to your to the Temple District with your now forged passes. You have easy travel as you head back into that region. When you approach the temple, uh, the door has been like knocked open, and as you kind of look around the area, there's like tracks kind of meandering around the region, kind of heading towards that the back cemetery area.
Um, did you have other visitors?
Why do you think I left my friends here?
Where are your friends?
Heck if I know.
Um,
You ever need a good guard to keep watch? These guys are the best.
the best at not staying where you want them to stay?
Why would they stay here?
That you just said they were. You know what? You are sarcastic and full of shit.
Right you are. No,
Okay.
I have no clue where they are.
Moving right along. So, um, yeah,
What?
Belina just kind of looks down at the tracks and just tries to kind of follows him around and peeks around the corner at the cemetery.
You see four kind of shambling shapes aimlessly kind of meandering around the cemetery area.
I found them.
Ah, well, let's reassert the control. What do you say?
Sure.
That might be good.
Why are they wearing those robes, by the way?
Buggers, they come in here thinking they could kill me. Sad were they mistaken. Yeah, look at the
Wait,
robes. They're
why?
clearly of some other church.
No, that's not a church robe. Those are the cultists that, they came after us too. So
Chur-
if they're already after you, why? What did you do to get noticed?
well, we already talked about this.
No, we didn't. We talked about that you work for a certain someone that we also worked for. We
That's it.
didn't talk about why. No, that's not a reason enough why. They came after us because they think we have something. Why did they come after you?
For the same reason, they think I have something.
What would be the thing that they think you have?
Information.
What information?
I don't know you.
The bunny just squints at the elephant.
Elephant squints at the bunny.
Let's just get our stuff and leave.
Korg squints at Iritos.
You'd think you wouldn't be so suspicious of someone that literally got you in this stupid city.
I'm not suspicious. I like knowing what's going on, especially when it involves those bastards who almost killed me twice in the same day.
Well, Jack will be here soon enough.
Yeah.
Yes. Let us just get our associate and leave.
Freza.
Or we can just dispose of them now.
No, proper burial is what the captain wants.
Okay. Fine.
So what are you guys
Such a
doing?
waste of food.
These
Oh, I guess if I can, I'd like to cast a spell to reassert.
you,
animate control.
as a quite skilled and very knowledgeable cleric of death, realize that in order to maintain and assert control over the undead creatures, you have to have recast animate dead prior to losing control of them.
Oh,
So they are now free roaming undead that exist without your ability to reassert control over them, since you did not return to the
no.
Temple of Death.
Okay, let me rephrase what I was trying to say. I'm going to go kill them again.
Oh, okay. You had said earlier you wanted to reassert control over them.
Right, but
Yeah.
by killing them first.
Okay, hold on. Oh, there's a new graphics interface for Fantasy Grounds. The share
Yes, it
button
is.
is now a picture. Okay, this is a random battle map because I didn't draw.
Ah!
Hey, it loaded very
Errors.
quickly.
Too many script errors.
Seriously, what is up with that?
There is a major push, and I have a feeling that the Combat Manager extension needs an update.
Gotcha.
So if I zoom in
So,
on the map, the lines.
we might get some.
but
Yeah,
not
the
map.
lines don't
errors.
line up anymore. That is so.
Just to make sure I'm tracking properly.
I don't.
Isn't the last time we used a random map the one where Drazar died, and your fancy maps we survive?
No, I.
It was a fancy
maybe.
map I died on. It was on the ship.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm just
there's something. This is just resizing the grid, not the
Yeah, not the
not
map.
the map.
So
Okay.
resize.
Due
Original.
to probably because
Whoa.
there's. You guys are gonna have to do it zoomed out, man. This upgrade
That's okay.
causing the extension to be weird.
Yep.
The grid stays the same no matter what. Hey, Okay.
Yeah. The important thing is the grid. Roll
Okay.
initiative.
What's that?
It's been so long.
Oh dear God. It has been so long.
Ertos, with your gajillion initiative.
So, from what we've been told, he's going to exert control over his buddies.
That's what he said.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I will hold my action until one of them attacks us.
Ha!
Because
All right.
I figure he's going to be able to exert control. Why bother, doing something to them?
All right. They kind of notice you and start shambling their way closer.
Bunny.
All right, so the bunny's turn. I don't like the fact that they're coming closer, so I am going to back up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to get my bow out. Why am I targeting someone? I don't want to target
You're
it.
targeting Johanan.
Why? I don't want to be targeting
You're
Johanan.
not anymore.
Because you don't like Jihan.
And I am going to get my longbow out and ready an arrow because this is not comfortable. I don't like walking dead things. So I will make a target on the closest one. Did I target it? I did. Okay. And I will hold action to shoot an arrow at it if it does anything else other than get taken control of by the elephant man.
All right. Rajin.
I mean, all I'm gonna do is pull out my mace and then walk up and hit it. I don't want to hit. Okay. All right, that didn't work out. That's all right.
Okay. So now we're attacking them. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
How else do you exert control over minions?
That's how I exert control over my minions.
No, you don't.
I was talking about my kids, but I'm just kidding. Sorry. Okay. Korg will love to exert some dominance too. Am I in a square?
I don't think it matters at this point.
Not really.
I'm getting the updated ones after this battle. We'll push the. I'm right next to him, and I'm gonna attack You're that.
Uh,
good. You're fine.
How do I target this guy with? I'm on a laptop.
Control still
You
works.
can control click.
It didn't work. It brought up the combat track.
Okay. There's Here, you're targeting him. Yeah, that worked fine.
Oh, okay.
You're not
Okay.
now. You de-clicked yourself, but there, you're targeting him. You're good.
Perfect.
Buy a wireless mouse. You're calm.
I have a wireless mouse, but it's
Shade.
not my laptop. So
Okay. Korg rushes the undead zombie.
Yes!
And
Just like Korg would do.
and with
Nothing.
your extra attack,
Yes, with my second attack though.
that's a hit. See?
There you go.
And because I can,
Oh, what do you want to do?
second wind.
Yay!
Okay.
You mean action surge?
That's what I said.
Oh, like you're
I
not.
look, I literally have
Okay.
look, it's been a minute. There's a lot of shit going on this laptop. It's just throwing me completely off. So
Yes, action surge,
Yes.
where you get.
no,
to
I
attack.
meant second wind. I have full health, but I feel like
You're
Korg would
missing
do it anyways.
yes.
Just go action surge. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do.
Okay. I don't, and then I'm going to recklessly attack because, you know, as soon as I figure out how to do it on here.
You just click the effect button.
Yeah, I know. I have to find it.
You want me to handle it for you?
Yes, please. Let's just make this fast. Like, I'll be home again tomorrow, so.
First, you did your action surge. And now, recklessly attacking. Alright, go.
Did it roll?
Yeah,
Yep.
you hit.
Okay, sorry. I'm not seeing any of this. I got him, guys.
Nice.
And
I'll step forward, I think.
Zombie 2 never did anything at all, so Belina, you'll lose your ready to action.
It's all right. No big deal.
And then Jahanan.
Give me just a second. I'm not getting my. Aha! I got my distance line. I can't believe that actually hit.
They're zombies. Non-armored zombies tend to be really easy to hit because of low dex scores.
You can roll a 1.
True.
You could roll a 1. Yes. And as Jahanan blasts the zombie with a burst of fire, it begins to lick over the wounds. And we will narratively close out this combat because zombies aren't really a challenge for you. It's just for fun.
Yes,
But
because
I
now-
action surged for this.
You're a short rest away, and it's not a full adventuring day.
Yeah.
So the party quickly kind of makes work of the zombies as they rip
It
and
was an
tear
action
into them.
splurge.
Fire, radiant damage, blasting them. A couple stand up once or twice, but you quickly deal with the zombies, blowing them to pieces. As we move to our Theater of the Mind style RP, I'm going to reset Fantasy Grounds with an updated extension that should fix all those errors.
So we have
Okay.
to exit Fantasy Grounds real quick.
Yes.
Oh.
And then, but it will be Let me change the music. The somewhat busy temple day.
Passerbys are just doing the Lord's work here. Don't worry about it.
Oh, the gods work.
No, nobody comes by the temple of death.
That's very true.
They all go the temple of life. They go towards the temple of creation, the temple of innovation. No, nobody comes to the temple of death.
Are
It's a
are we the
small realm.
baddies?
No,
Yes.
not at all.
Yes, we had this conversation. You guys are pirates who murder, pillage, steal,
Yeah, I don't
kill
pillage.
Name one
Empire
person who's
guardsmen,
murdered.
I don't pillage.
all those Empire guards, so that you could
And
break
I
out
haven't
Jazar's
raped.
father from the prison. I
They
didn't say rape.
attacked us.
Question.
Defense is
You-
murder. It's manslaughter.
Is
The
that not
city
pirating?
Guard, the city guard captain in the very first city.
I wasn't
who you
around for that.
tried to break into his house so you could
I don't know
steal
what you're
information
talking
from him.
about.
Hey,
Killed
we
him.
jumped.
Burned his house to the ground with his woman and
Wasn't there.
child inside it.
Don't know.
I want you to go back and watch that video because what really happened is we jumped out of the window and tried to run away, and he chased us down to the streets and attacked us. That
That's
sounds
what
like he
happened.
wanted to die. If anything,
then-
that's a suicide.
That
And
is
then
what
you-
happened. I saw the
then-
video.
You burned the house with the woman and child inside.
No, a party member who has since passed on, is
torture.
responsible.
From
Yes,
torture.
from
Was she
torture
with
and death.
torture?
They got it out of
Yes,
her.
Definitely.
Yeah, or just gave her a bunch of gold.
No.
No,
Can't
definitely didn't
possibly
happen
be
that
how that happened. I
No.
promise.
No, Evil Empire definitely didn't just pay her off. That nope. They tortured her.
You-
Yep. And
you-
then there's that Samuel guy or whatever his name. Terrible person. Horrible.
Yeah, you guys feel like everybody who opposes your piracy is evil. I'm just saying,
Well,
you know.
we have very sound reasoning, at least
No.
since I've been here. For
Hold on.
everything that has happened,
We're pirates.
we've been attacked.
Everything you
repeatedly.
said
Yeah.
is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're the baddies.
No.
No, we're the
I don't
Robin
think we
Hoods. We're the
are.
good guys.
They said that
Empire's
Blackbeard was a bad
obviously
person
evil.
too.
Your neutral good bard was just talking last session about like trying to like kill a whole bunch of Empire people again, who have done nothing
Serves
to
them
him.
right.
No, they're all bad because we don't know that the cult isn't the Empire. We have no idea. So all of Empire is bad. They're all in cahoots.
All right, what are you guys doing with the chest full of the dead Jazar and dead zombie?
I think we're going
Taking
back
it
to
back
the
to
ship.
the ship.
Yeah, that
Alright.
was the plan.
I guess Korg's gonna pick up this heavy ass chest.
I'll
help
carry the
him.
heavy ass chest.
I guess that makes Belina still the second strongest person
Are-
here.
Or are you gonna put the chest in your bag of holding? I think it
No,
could.
I would carry it. I'm positive I would carry it. Not because I'm strong, but because I'm stupid.
Okay. Korg. Actually, let's.
Don't make me roll for this.
It's too
Why
late.
would you do
It's
this?
too late.
I didn't do it. Help!
We'll need some
Don't make me roll for things. I can't.
Belina
You
will give the help.
no. Korg's got it. He
I just
kind of he
drag it.
struggles a bit, and then kind of in frustration drops one end, grabs the handle, and just starts dragging it behind him like a loose sack. Just bumps over the cobblestones as he drags this whole chest full of corpses.
It will be okay. Don't worry. Everything is fine. Let's go.
You need to res a female cultist, and then she'd be the living dead girl. And
Oh.
Oh no, no.
I don't know what
That's-
you're saying.
minus 50 DKP.
Oh.
It's kind of gross, man.
Into the whelps.
You get very strange looks as you move through the city of Burnsall, kind of dragging this chest behind you. Bump, bump, bump. As you move through the aristocratic district through the outside, several people, the
I'm gonna start
smell.
playing a song, a very, not a dirge, but a mournful,
The elves
kind
come
Please,
of
Stewie.
marching through.
processional,
Yeah.
like a processional song, in order to move us along and make it look like we're doing something important.
Okay, as you do this, the people kind of respectfully move aside this funeral. Obviously, in some sense, this chest is your casket in some way. And they can smell like coming from the chest, like the rotting, putrid flesh of a corpse just oozing out of it. And occasionally, as you hit bumps, kind of this mucousy ooze kind of comes out of the chest. It's slow going, moving through the city, but you do make it back to the dock. And as you're approaching the amethyst sky, you see just this dark blot on the horizon slowly beginning to approach. And as you watch and move up onto the amethyst sky, you see the Crimson Hand, Left Hand Jack's flagship, kind of making way to dock on the a few wharfs down from where you're at.
I'll go meet her near the dock.
As a as she kind of docks in, you make your way over and you see several gnomes rushing out to the region. Similar to when, well, Rajin, you were not present, but when you came to the island, you would have gone through a similar experience standing there. And Left Hand Jack, as they lower the gangplank, comes down, flanked by her ever ominous half orc guard with his missing leg, and Cliff Silvertongue, the halfling, who now has a sort of artificial mechanical left hand, where replacing what was chopped off in the past. Which, Regine, uh, this is a new development from the last time you had met Cliff, where he had both of his hands at that time. And having been in the employ of Left Hand Jack for a while, you know that this is a sign of her displeasure that she has removed the left hand of her second lieutenant. And as she approaches the gnomes, do the typical spiel. Letters and paperwork, please, for your authorization to land on the Isle of Burnsall. She kind of waves, and Cliff rushes forward with a stack of papers, and he flips over them, and then stamps them, the triplicate forms, and hands them 3 gold passes. And she comes up and, spotting you on the deck, she walks over. She's like, did you meet with the fuckers, Arjun?
They're already here.
I'll come dragging up right behind him, just clunking the chest on the ground.
What the hell? Put that back!
Oh,
This
flip
isn't a
that
time.
back.
What the fuck is that, Korg?
This is
If it-
Drazar.
What
If
the?
it had, if it had
Oh my
wheels, it'd be Meals on Wheels. But unfortunately, it's just meals in a box.
It's
Who
a
the
box
fuck
lunch.
is this?
It's a box lunch. Yes. Yeah.
Can we speak somewhere a tad bit more private?
Who the fuck did I hire for this shit? Let's.
Weird
on the
people, clearly.
She gestures back to the Crimson Hand. It's like, get on the fucking boat. I can't believe you didn't bury Jozar yet. What the fuck? And she walks back up and heads towards the captain's quarters, which will temporarily reutilize her
Ah!
older.
And large size.
My
Fucking maps. Huge fucking maps.
This one is not that big, and they load much faster now.
They do load much faster, I'll give you that. But oh my gosh, my screen went what?
We just have small screens.
Yes,
No,
well.
So
I got a 52-inch monitor. I'm having to resize everything.
I had to resize it too, but that's besides the point. Like, you funnel into the captain's cabin, and she takes a seat behind the chair. For some reason, her token doesn't exist anymore, so I haven't used it in months, I guess. And she's like, "Tell me what you found out."
Well, which part?
You go first.
Everything. You went to the fucking temple.
Yep.
We talked about what happened. You were supposed to go out and find what was going on. You're supposed to look for the other sigils, right?
Right.
The water,
Right.
no. The air and the earth and the mysterious sigil.
Right. Right.
What
Uh,
progress have you made on that?
So, when we were going to do our investigation, hoping to find something reminiscent of the Earth sigil and or possibly more aether crystals, is when the large ship blew up and killed Drazar. Um, so that's kind of where we kind of got stuck and flew here to meet with Regine about trying to get Drazar back, and that didn't work out. But information wise, uh, so we know a slight weakness of the prince that we, suckered that last time that we were in the one town for the ball. He now is searching all over the place, kidnapping Lapine, trying to find me specifically. Uh, so all the Lapine women are getting taken and sent to the capital island. Um, so that's an interesting development. Additionally, um, we know where a member of the royal family who is loyal to the prince will be shortly.
Yes.
And who's this?
Remus Mordaunt from Salash is on his way here to Burnsall. Yes.
And what's this about a fucking aether crystal?
So apparently that's what they were trying to mine for in the Warrens down on the land where my people were kicked out of.
This fucking cult was trying to mine for aether crystal.
Yes, but we destroyed their cargo ship, and Cesar died in the process.
Big.
Why the
big
fuck would the
boom.
cult care about fucking aether crystals? Doesn't
I
make any fucking sense.
have the answer to that, Jack. You see here, and I'm gonna go over to the chest, and we're gonna like grab the body out and toss it on the floor. This fool here, he's from the Temple of the Primes. These brave souls had the idea that they could come attack me in my chambers. Can you believe it? they were trying to kill me. But seems through some of the research you sent me on these magical sigils, they happen to be a key to unlock a portal to another dimension. It does not look good. I can tell you that.
So you're telling me that these fuckers killed my captain and Korg's captain so they could open some portal to another realm?
Oh yes, definitely. They seem to be trying to summon some kind of. It's great.
Summon some what?
The ancient power.
Speak plain!
They're trying to restore Ithcarius to its primal glory.
Why, this some fucking bullshit.
There's 5 keys. They can't
I
open
didn't-
it without all 5.
Did you learn what the 5th one was?
Aether.
Fucking of course. Plain as fucking day.
But there's 5 elements out there. Each one probably they all, you know, the whole thing is the temple of the primes, but they all kind of hate each other, it seems. Not exactly sure.
Did you find where the other keys are?
No, but I figured if we tortured this poor soul enough, he'd eventually spill it out.
Rajin, I know you're fucking
Oh!
obsessed with death, but he's fucking dead.
That's right! I've got a map! Where's the map?
I
I don't... Oh! Oh!
So-
Here it is!
remember the map part.
I've discovered an odd map detailing 4 of the symbols.
Let me scroll back what I sent you because it was like so fucking.
Yeah, I put it in my character sheet.
Oh my god.
So you
It
can
was
look.
so long ago. I have to read.
I wasn't elected to read.
I was like, this is like 2 months ago. I told you all this information. I forgot everything I told you.
Yeah, that's why I put it in the character sheet.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. No, that map you sent was the map they had
Well,
for them to find the Temple of the Primes. So they have the map because Jack gave it to them.
then that's where we're at.
Yeah, no.
And
So perhaps I don't know if it makes any sense, but if they were looking in an area with aether crystals and they don't really need the aether crystals because they can do all this wonderful stuff they already have, maybe they thought that it would be a location that the aether key would be.
hold on, I have to point something out to Rajin real quick. You're missing that paragraph of info.
Oh,
It's in your story, but it's buried in there.
yes. I was trying to get through it. They have discovered 2 of the keystones and we're searching for information on where the other 3 could be. Is that you guys? Or me?
That's
Who is
that's
they?
the order of the Prime. The cult.
Oh!
So they have discovered two, and we
What?
have two.
So...
So there's only one that's missing. Does it mention anywhere where the 2 that they discovered are?
one... maybe. One was under the Council of 9. And we have a device known as a... oh, this is dumb. A Wayfarer.
Wayfinder.
Oh, even better. But it's currently on the surface. It might be able to find the rest of the keys.
So what you're telling me is that in all this shite that you guys have been running around for over a fucking month now, the only thing you've learned is the name of this cult. That they want something to do with that fucking temple that you sent me the map to summon some ancient fucking primordial fuck all, and that somebody on the Council of 9 has a fucking magic item to find the other keystones.
Sounds like a good, honest month's worth to me. You know what I mean?
Where the fuck are we gonna find a member working for the Council of fucking Nine?
I say we
Oh,
go capture this guy coming our way.
I have an answer to that. I think we stranded one in the mines, or the Warrens. Uh, the Lord Remus, the mayor of Salash, had mentioned that one of the council representative from the Council of Nine was overseeing the mining, but we never encountered him, so he might still be down there.
But that was weeks ago at this point, wasn't it?
It was
Or like 8 days?
It was
It
8 days ago. Yes.
No, it was 11 days ago.
11
That was a little while ago. Now the chances that he's still there are not very good anymore.
Well, I mean, they hadn't found any of the aether crystal they were looking for yet.
Hold on.
That's actually what they were looking for, and so they would have had to dispatch a new ship if that was their plan in order to keep digging or whatever it was they were doing.
Didn't I
And they
hear
would
you
have
say
left someone there to supervise?
somebody's
There's
coming
someone
here?
coming here.
Yes, the mayor Remus is on his way.
Isn't he well connected?
Right.
Yeah,
Let's take him and torture him.
by torture you mean before you want to turn him into an undead dummy?
It works either way.
Does it though?
Yes.
I mean, maybe.
You never know till you try.
I have a feeling you try and then find out and you don't care.
Okay. You do it your way. And then when it doesn't work, I'll do it mine.
That works. Yes, fine. We'll start one way and then as a if it's necessary we go the other way. That's usually how the good ideas go.
Oh wait. Now that the captain's here, would you say it's a good time to do the funeral rites for this friend?
Right. Yes, funeral for Fred. Did you just change the subject?
Yes. Well, that's an opportune moment for some music to kick in. So Jack kind of looks over all of you impatiently. I can't believe this is the best fucking shite I have to work with. Let's give Jazar a fucking funeral. Because out of all you bastards, I probably liked him the most. He knew to keep his mouth shut when he needed to keep his mouth shut. And he always had a good answer for what was going on. Did you say he was fucking tasty?
A little bit crunchy.
Did you fucking eat Jazar?
After he died.
What the fuck is wrong with your crew, Korg?
I think at this point, pretty much everything.
Let's get this shit underway. You're gonna give Jazar a burial at Sky, yeah?
Aye.
That is the plan, yes. But we are not allowed to leave.
What do you mean you're not allowed to fucking leave? That's the kind of shit that you should be
We're waiting
telling
for
me
the man
when
to
I
show
ask
up.
you for information.
Oh, okay.
You have to wait.
These
That was my.
these people don't know how to do dumb paperwork in the city. Every 2 seconds they get bombarded by one form or the other. Ugh.
That's why I sent you here, Rogine, to take care of the bureaucracy so we could take advantage of the fucking Aether Tech capital of the fucking world.
Well, I've only been here a short amount of time, and frankly, they showed up 3 weeks early.
You've been here almost 4 months.
Well,
To be fair, they weren't on their way here till a few weeks ago.
it takes time. The stupid gnomes love their papers. I'm kind of laughing nervously now.
She kind of looks at you, and which of your tusks is broken?
The left.
She just stares at that broken left tusk as like a silent communication passes between the two of you. And off in the side, the little halfling Cliff Silvertongue is glaring at Korg and just murderous daggers. She's like, shakes her fucking head. She's like, "Let's go. We'll use the Crimson Hand for the burial. Shouldn't take long."
All right.
Like, Cliff, get the men ready. Take the ship out. He snaps to, and he rushes out, and you can hear the sound of, the men scrambling upstairs as they get the ship ready to move out. And they slowly you feel the ship lurch and begin to move as they summon the people onto the deck. You kind of pull away. Jack kind of looks at the box at your feet. She's like, "Get the fucking other corpse. Fucking smells. What is this shit?"
This is the cultist leader. I told you that.
Ah,
We can make him
fucking
talk.
smells horrible. Oh, put him in the corner.
I cast prestidigitation on a handkerchief with a scent of lilacs, and I pass it to Jack.
And she kind of holds it and nods appreciatively, like, "Finally, someone with some sense.
No,
I
it
knew
smells-
hiring you was going to be fucking worth it. A lady of style and sense."
Un- Unfortunately, not tactic sense, and that's been a problem. But yeah,
I don't know what you're going to do without Drazar.
well, he did kind of get himself killed on that. With that, it was a bad decision.
What are you talking about? Drazar was always tactfully sound.
He charged the ship by himself, and they were firing cannons at him. And then they set the ship to self-destruct, and he didn't run away.
What did you all do to support him?
I tried climbing the ladder to get him down, but the ship was ready to blow up by that point.
We all blew up on the ship with him. He was just the only one that didn't make it.
Fine. As the ship slowly pulls away, she walks up onto the deck. The rest of you sort of follow, dragging the chest with Jazar's corpse inside it onto the deck, and make their way over to the side rail. And she kind of turns back at you, and like, "Do you have any words you would like to say for the parting of a dear friend?"
I mean, for me, he was the most loyal person that I ever know, and he was always, you know, very careful and smart with his actions. I just wish that I could have done more for him when he needed me.
Anyone else?
He was a good bird person who only flew when it was most opportune to him, and not really when it would help the rest of us. But he was usually pretty smart about it, and he he came through in a lot of tough situations. and he's definitely going to be missed. Having him around made us feel like more of a whole crew.
Does anyone else have any words to say?
I didn't know him long, very short time. Seemed to be good. It's too bad we are wasting such good food.
Johannan, any words?
Druzar was a great asset to all of us. He is going to be greatly missed.
She kind of looks over. She's like, when I first heard that Korg had visited the same isle I was on, I knew this was a good chance. And he was carrying one of these keystones. Our chance to get revenge against the cult who had killed our captain was a good chance. He showed up originally, the motley crew of a bird person and a cat person. The zoo crew, as they called themselves. Korg, you're a sweet and gentle giant, but not the most sound of mind. And that cat person, she was only in it for the money. But Jazar had something special about him, a keen mind. He liked to shut up when it was important to shut up. And I figured with him around, maybe we had a chance at success in this venture. Now that he's dead, you're probably all fucked. Regine, you say the prayers and commit Drazar's body to the sky?
Aspects watch over you, and I take the whole chest and dump it.
It's still an improvement over the last sky burial we did.
Fantastic. She
Better
just
words never
nods.
spoken.
That's normal, right? That's par for the course. It's like, all right.
Some poor bloke on the ground is just getting a bird dropped on his head.
Hey, question.
Not bird droppings, a bird drop.
What else was
In
in the chest?
In a giant fucking chest.
Didn't even take it out the chest. It's still in the chest.
All of
He dumped
Raji's
the
personal
chest.
effects.
He didn't throw the whole. He didn't throw the whole chest. He said he dumped the chest. So
Yeah.
everything
So
in the chest.
as he dumps it, you see like some gold coins, paper, scrolls,
Oh,
old robes,
that wasn't Regine.
clothes.
That's not Regine's chest. That's Cork's chest.
Oh yeah, it is Cork's chest.
It is.
And Korg spent most of his money, and he
Is
transferred
that-
most of his money to his.
Did you just
frickin-
dump like 500 platinum overboard?
No, he transferred most of his money to the to his bag when he realized that the corpse was in the chest. So that when we brought the chest to the thing, because he had to
Okay,
go
so-
buy the magic items and stuff.
Yes.
Remember?
So maybe like
Yeah.
a tent.
Yeah.
Of, some random shit. Just a carving of a bear's claw. Look,
No.
hand carved.
No, definitely not that.
It doesn't say it's in the bag of holding.
It's around my neck, as a
Okay,
good totem
you're
should
fine.
be.
You're fine. You're fine. What did you keep in your chest, Korg?
To be honest, I don't have the chest in here. Everything's in my bag of holding according to this, but let's go down to, let me see, hold on. The only stuff that could have possibly have been in there was maybe, I guess, like the magical fruit, the potion belt. I'm wearing my seafarer's jacket, so the tent, those few items
No,
would have been
you're-
like the only thing that could possibly been in there.
You're wearing the potion belt, so you're
Yeah,
probably
so
okay. probably
realistically,
just the tent.
the tent.
So you see Drazar's corpse dump out of Korg's chest, wrapped up in an old kind of fraying tent, plummeting down the sky. A sad moment. Everybody gets inspiration for their kind words as as Jack kind of snaps around and they turn the ship and bring it back in to the harbor. She heads back towards uh her cabin, and as you guys all follow her in, she looks you over. She's like, "Well, that sounds like our best chance to figure out what the fuck's going on with these uh keystones, is to find some fucking wayfinder."
Yeah, but I think I think the best way to get to the council person that was down is to go ahead and get a hold of the Remus Mordaunt who's on his way to Burnsalt. So if
Yes.
we intercept his ship on the way, that might be the easiest way to overtake him because he's not expecting that.
Do you know that the wayfinder's going to be on the ship?
No, I don't know if the Wayfinder is going to be the ship, but he specifically was talking about the council member that the representative from the council that was interested in the Lapine Warrens down on the ground. So he has personal knowledge, and he had a direct line to Prince Mordaunt.
What else do you know about fucking wayfinders, Regine?
Ah. Not a lot.
I'm sick of fucking around with the Empire, making enemies of people that we don't want to bring extra attention on, when our real aim is to get after this fucking weird ass cult.
So wait, isn't the cult interwoven with the Empire?
No.
It's
We've
just a.
killed
What
a
the?
lot of people in the name of bringing down that cult, but we thought it was the Empire.
Why the fuck do you think that?
Because
Because
the
it was
Empire
the
Prince.
prince that was doing it. How was I supposed to know there's a difference?
That's just the fucking prince. The prince is a fucking jackass. He's part of the fucking cult, not the whole damned empire. I don't give two shits about the fucking empire. I do
But
my
the Empire,
pirating. They leave me alone. They don't leave me alone. I blow them the fuck up. We don't need to bring the whole wrath of the empire on us. We can't fucking win a war against the empire. Have you
but
seen their fucking ships?
if you kill the prince, then we will have the Empire on us. They are.
There's a reason we didn't kill the fucking prince. We seduced him and drugged him because we don't want the empire on our ass. Why do you think we didn't kill him in the first place?
Because we wanted more information from him?
No, I just needed the fucking key to get down to the bottom of the manor. To prove he was working with the cult.
Was he working with the cult then?
Yes. Let me get
So-
this fucking straight. For the last 3 fucking months, you guys have been waging a war on the fucking empire and completely ignoring
I casually
this
move
fucking cult.
next to Cliff and cross my arms and look at them.
Mostly in our heads, though. We didn't really do anything to the Empire.
Well, there was the whole,
Wait,
I don't.
Drazar
Wait.
blowing up their ship.
wait. You blew up a fucking empire ship.
We didn't blow it
In-
up.
We blew up a
No, they blew it up
dreadnought.
themselves.
They blew up
A
their empire.
fucking empire dreadnought.
That's right, we
They
did.
scuttled it.
So
They
the,
did.
the cult wasn't fucking going after Aether at all.
No, there was someone in the Warren searching for the Aether crystals. They said he was attached to the Council of Line, and
The ruling
mayor.
class of the fucking empire.
Right? No, but
That has nothing to do with the cult.
Remus Mordaunt is connected to the prince, who was a member of the cultist. He was
How?
sending the
How?
Lapine.
How
He
is
was
Remus Mordaunt connected to the prince?
He was sending the Lapine to the prince, the prince's orders, and was doing making sure that the uh, member from the council wasn't interrupted while he was searching the Warrens.
So let me ask you a question. What the fuck does any of that have to do with summoning an elder primordial fucking god?
You use all the eight
Or-
crystal powers to summon the gods, right?
Or, hear me out. Could that just be somebody fucking doing what they're told when a prince of the fucking empire tells some random shitty ass fucking mayor to do something and they just fucking do it?
Is this a yes or no question? I want to. This is a yes or no question.
I want to hear your answer. Do you think it's a yes or no? Who the fuck are you?
You guys are in real shit.
Where did you even fucking come from?
They hired me.
We did. We hired him to help us get more information from the locals down on the ground so that we could try and figure out what they were searching for in the Warrens. And that's why we found out that they had sent people down there to look for Aether. And then when you pointed out that one of the keystones was of the element of Aether, then we thought maybe that was connected, and that a member of the council is the one with the Wayfinder that they're looking for these keystones with. We thought that was connected.
Hold on.
Which you had just said. That we need to get someone from the council.
You didn't even fucking know that fifth element was Aether until Regine just fucking told us.
I'd like to spend a lucky to re-roll that.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Really? Really? Oh my god. Fuck you. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
You didn't even fucking know that the Aether was the fifth element until Regine just fucking told us. We were all clueless. It's total bullshit.
Well,
look, I get that you're not the brightest fucking rabbit in the head. What do I expect? You're a fucking rabbit person. But how many people from the Empire have you fucking killed?
I haven't killed anybody from the Empire that I could think of. I wounded a few.
I've killed a lot.
No, there was a few. There was all those guards.
I didn't actually kill them.
Yes, you did.
No, I shot at them, but I didn't have any killing.
I killed many. It happened.
Drazar killed 19, personally.
That's true. Drazar killed a lot.
He kept a log. No, like, I'm serious. He kept a log. It's in his notes section.
You want to tell him what I titled it?
I think Drazar personally had something out against the Empire, though, because they took his father and were forcing him to.
You're correct.
Forge things for them, so that might have been a personal vendetta from Drazar, and we kind of just went along with that too.
No, I literally titled it 19 Empire Scum.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain Drazar had a vendetta against them for taking his father. Specifically.
Look.
Granted, we're not nearly as bad as the Simon fellow who keeps popping up.
That Simon guy. Oh, yes. Goodness gracious. Wife beater, horrible person.
Very horrible person.
Maybe I made a mistake when we were in Valkar. I shouldn't have entrusted this task to you motherfuckers. But look,
I have never had intercourse with my mother.
you know, I
That
believe
sounds like something Korg would say. I have. It was wonderful.
Moves away from.
Iratos'
Okay.
mother. Iratos' mother.
She just pitches the bridge over her nose and she looks down and she's like, I'm surrounded by fucking idiots.
There's more here?
Look, I hired you and made you a part of my fucking crew so that you could hunt down these fucking cult bastards, figure out what the fuck they wanted, and why they killed my captain. Nothing to fucking do with the Empire. Have you seen their fucking ships? Do you think if we angered the Empire, that my entire fleet could stand a chance against a fucking bunch of dreadnought class fucking warships?
This is another yes/no question.
The answer is fucking no. No. Look at your tiny little fucking boat. You still use fucking balloons to fly. They would blow your ship out of the fucking sky if you came across a single dreadnought fucking ship. It's a miracle you're fucking alive today. I don't
Right.
give two fucks about the Empire. I don't care. Shut the fuck up, Regine. If I asked for you to validate my fucking statements, I would let you fucking know. You notice Cliff and the half-orc are both completely silent, saying nothing. The goal is to get these cult fucking bastards. Not to shove a fucking sword up every Empire bastard's fucking ass that there is. Yeah, we steal from fucking people, merchants, others to get what we need. We don't go shove a fucking ship right up the Empire's ass and say, hey, here we fucking are, the pirates of Valkar. Oh, you want to know where fucking Left Hand Jack is? No. Oh my god. I expected better of you, especially Johannan. We need to find these other fucking 3 keystones. And if we need a wayfinder to fucking do it, we need to find one that's not shoved up some Council of Nine's fucking arse that we have to pry out with Korg's big fat fucking turtle fingers.
We can do it with little lizard fingers. It's easier.
Erthos, shh. I have an idea. We still have a contact to the high elf mage. He's one of the ancient elves, and he knows a lot about some of that old magical stuff. Maybe we can ask him if he knows of any wayfinder, because that seems like something that maybe would have come from older times.
Who the fuck is that?
We saved him the same time we saved Drazar's father.
That guy.
Yeah, it's Tesselmar. Tesselmar. I know who he is. I was just wondering if you guys remembered his name. She's like, well, where the fuck is he?
I'll go get him. He's on our ship.
You kind of
I scurry the fuck out of there.
yeah. You rush off
As fast
then-
as my 19 Dex bunny legs will take me.
just you just leap off the ship onto the dock, rush over, head up onto the amethyst sky and down. You know, in the galley, you see kind of Thessalmar. He's talking with Drazar's father, still very sad. Didn't get invited to the funeral apparently. They're talking. He's like, "No, I know it is a great loss to lose a son, but the funeral later today will put you at ease, perhaps. It will give you that closure that you need to move on, my friend. And he makes a few sounds of, like, sadness, a woman crying. He's like, yes, perhaps it is best eh, for you to settle here once your son is buried and committed to the sky. Oh, Belina, what can we do for you?
Um, so, uh, there's more. So, we have some questions for you about some ancient stuff. Our uh, overall leader, above Korg, would like to talk to you. Would you mind coming with me? Uh, and
Oh, of
Drazar's
course.
dad, just wait here just a little bit longer, and we'll take care of that issue that you guys were just talking about. And I
Thasomar
leave.
kind of
I
stand.
just fucking go again. I'm not gonna wait.
He,
I just-
Thasomar stands up and he puts his hand on Drazar's dad's back. And it's like, I will return soon, my friend. And then we shall lay your son to rest. And kind of walks out of the galley, wonders where the fuck Belina
I'm
is.
standing on the deck,
Okay.
waving. Come on, let's go.
Like, yes, I am coming. And he kind of comes along. He's an older elf, easily in his, 500-600s.
Yeah.
It's not quite as spry as the young Belina. He shuffles along after you and slowly makes his way to the room.
I stop by and I tap Korg on the shoulder, and I whisper to him. I say, so we forgot to bring Drazar's dad to the funeral, so we may have to redo it with not Drazar, just to make it look like we're burying Drazar again for the dad's sake.
Do
Poor
we
old guy.
do we still have that cultist body?
Yes,
Let's wrap it up and say it's him and then do it later.
yes. Okay.
And as you finish that conversation, oh my god, Thesomar kind of walks in and seeing Jack behind, he does like a slight bow. Mistress Belina said that you had need of my services. And she kind of looks over. She's like, "Is this him?" Looking at Belina.
Yes, yes. This is Elvin Wizard. Was good friend to Johnny before Johnny locked up.
You seem to be losing people rather quickly, now that I think about it.
Yeah, apparently the pirate life isn't the life for everybody, or at least the living life isn't the life for everybody. They all seem to keep dying. It's odd.
It looks like she looks at Thalsamar. It's like, what the fuck do you know about wayfinders? He pauses for a moment. He's like, oh, you speak of an ancient thing that existed before the times when Gareth Mordaunt and his magocracy took over this land. Ancient Sylvash artifacts from the days before the age of the Empire. Powerful magical items. It is said that those who possess one can attune them to whatever their heart's desire is, and it'll bear them unerringly towards what they wish.
So, like a compass that doesn't just point north.
Yes, yes, a very apt description, Mistress Belina. Like a compass that guides you towards where you want. It is said that some of the more powerful ones possess a great magic that could transport you instantly towards what you seek. But the legends that speak of such a thing usually advise against it. I don't know how true they are, or if the statement is real. There are few wayfinders left in the world. The Empire possesses most of them. Ah,
You say most. Do you know perhaps of one that isn't?
I do not know for certain, of course, but your friend, Johnny 5.0, if you would remember, we had many talks together. For his was an ancient elven soul trapped within some mechanical body due to experiments performed upon him. We had sought to find a way to perhaps learn more about uh, his time, his ancient paladin order, which I wrote notes on, and they're here, I promise. The Order of the Ishvantal, and had planned a great journey towards their ancient isle to perform the sacred rite of the blessings of the moon. If a wayfinder still exists that's not in Empire hands, it is probably upon this ancient isle. It was lost in aether storms long ago when the Empire rose to power. It fractured that part of the world. The Order of the Ishvantal vanished with the rise of this arcane magical power. And while they were once the strongest of our people, they faded to obscurity. Their home, this ancient order of divine elves, lies within the Felgarian Straits. But it's a dangerous journey, which is one reason Johnny was so unwilling to make it before his shutdown. You have to travel through many aether storms. Could rip most ships asunder without a skilled crew, tear them apart and toss them ever eternally within the raging maelstrom of raw, primal magical power, perhaps even torn to pieces. The isle itself, I do not know its location, other than being somewhere within those straits, and its name itself was lost to time. But if you seek an ancient elven relic, that is where you should go. The Empire is unlikely to have placed their foot there.
All right. So we have a lead then. Um, then would a smaller vessel be easier to maneuver in those strange wind type areas?
I am not a skilled navigator, Mistress Bellina. I am just an old man, talented slightly in the arcane arts, and a master of elven history. The Sylvash will rise to power again one day. And when they do, they must know the stories of old and the greatness that our kind possessed. Perhaps. No, that is. No, perhaps too much. No. Forget.
Well, thank you very much for the information. Um, did you have any other questions, Miss Jack, Captain Jack?
No. You could fucking leave. I need to talk to the rest of the crew. Kind of bows and makes his way out. She kind of looks over the rest of you. At the end of the fucking day, you have your own captaincy. I'll let Korg decide what he wants to fucking do. You can brave this aether maelstrom that this old fucking elf talks about. Or you could stir the hornet's nest. But if you do so, I take my protection away from you. You'll have to turn back in the flag. You won't be able to fly in my colors. I don't want it coming back on me.
What would you be doing then?
Well, I mean, I want to get revenge for my captain, and I also want to get revenge for Drazar, but I think maybe the cult is the first place that we want to start. So what everybody else thinks is important too, but my chips lie in finding that magic compass thing that you all talked about.
Very well. I suppose that you know what the fuck you want to do then. You got a fucking plan. I I don't know any people that braved this maelstrom in the past. You'll have to gear appropriately to figure out how to survive it, so you don't get torn asunder.
One of those small metal skiffs would probably be really handy because you can't really tear apart the solid metal sheet that it's made out of.
Are you asking me to give you back your tribute?
No, no, no. I'm just thinking maybe we could get another one since we're here on Burnsall.
Or we could spend the money and upgrade the ship.
But if we wait the time required for the upgrade on the ship, then Lord Remus will be here, and
Well, let's still Lord Remus's ship. It'd be wonderful.
That would
that
bring a
would be
lot of
something.
attention from the Empire, though.
Yes, that would be the whole attention from the Empire thing. That remember we're trying to avoid that. So, um, yeah. So
It actually might be a not a bad idea to
It's coming here to rat us out
sell.
anyway.
Well, if we sell the Amethyst Sky and maybe get a new ship.
well, that's an option, I suppose, but we'd have to find one that's for sale in a short amount of time, or just take one because we're pirates. But that's an option.
It is an option. You stole the amethyst sky, technically.
Korg's the only one that knows that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Korg
there
is
was
left
only
hand
one guy left alive on it.
that you murdered and then stole the ship from.
Hey, she murdered. I witnessed.
Yes, true statements.
But I suppose, you know, if we happened to, sell our ship and, you know, utilize the funds from selling the ship to get decent gear and then acquire another ship without having to pay for it and leave very quickly.
So you want to sell the amethyst sky and then try to steal another ship?
I don't think that Burnsall is really the place that we want to do that, though, because there's a lot of people here with lots of regulations.
Yeah, but then they have to go through all the paperwork to launch a, uh, what's it called? The
An
group to come
investigation?
invest to launch the investigation as well as send any police force or armaments after us because they have all the hoops that they have to jump through in order to do it. And by the
I
time they do that, with our skilled navigator that knows how to navigate through the aether streams, we can get very far away, repaint the ship and rename the ship, and be well on our way to not have to worry about that anymore.
if that's what the rest of you want to do, I just think selling the amethyst sky would be difficult to do in Burnsall because we had to do all the paperwork too, and
That's
then to
true.
rob one and leave would be difficult.
That's also true.
It might be best to, capture the ship somewhere else and then sell the amethyst sky later.
Okay, I suppose that would do. Uh,
Or just rename the
Well,
ship and upgrade it.
from I'm gonna be honest. From what you told me, this Empire guy is coming to screw you over.
right, he's trying to get to us because we kind of messed some things up on the ground for him because we didn't. That was one of the back when we didn't realize we were doing something stupid.
I'm
Um,
I can't help but to bring this up again. If they go missing on their way, who's to say that the Empire will come after you?
You're right. But it does draw a lot of attention to us. If, any survivors are left, and this would be murder.
Was it not murder before?
We haven't murdered anybody yet because every time that we've killed has usually been in a self-defense.
listen, listen. I'm a death cleric. It's murder.
I mean, I trust your judgment as a cleric, but that doesn't mean that you know the law of killing. I feel like murder means that I said, "Oh, I want to kill that guy," and not have reasons, versus, "Oh, he's attacking and I'm trying to save my own life."
Show me your
At any rate, we have an idea of what we want to do. We should leave.
Okay.
Survival of the fittest.
So what's your plan here?
um, well, if we don't want to take a ship from here, then we have to leave here in the amethyst sky, and soon, and then find somewhere else to acquire a new ship, um, and then make our way to the uh, Maelstrom Temple.
Ooh,
And
guys, hold on. What if the amethyst sky never left the port? What if we use a different ship to go deal with the guy, and then come back and the ship never left, and then we're not the bad guys?
so, what ship would we go in to go take care of them?
A different ship.
This is a very valid point. It would have to be.
Yeah, but then you have to come back in that different ship if you plan on coming back for the Amethyst Sky.
Well, at any rate, the amethyst sky is not permitted to leave the city.
We're pirates.
I
Oh,
thought that the whole point
listen.
was not to burn any bridges here so we would be able to come back.
When
I'll
we
be
come
honest
back,
with you.
We won't be in the Amethyst Sky anymore.
I'll be honest with you. What do you think is gonna burn more bridges? Killing some guy nobody knows is on his way? Or not filing paperwork for these dumb gnomes?
probably the not filing paperwork because the gnomes are stubborn.
They'd come after you in a heartbeat, dreadnought class and all.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, if we leave with the amethyst sky and then get rid of the amethyst sky and come back in a different ship, then
Yeah. Who would ever know who the turtle, lizard, rabbit, elephant crew is?
nope.
Completely different people. I will find something different to wear.
The
I will
paperwork
not look
says we're
like
not
me.
those same people, so they have to agree with the paperwork.
Yes.
Curse you, lawful society!
I will find some way to change the color of my scales. I will not be me.
Yeah, if the paperwork says we're not those people, then we're not those
Oh,
people.
that sounds like a great idea. Let's do that then.
And Belina will find some different silks to wear. She will not be her. It is simple.
I literally prestidigitate and change the color of my sash.
Oh my goodness, who are you?
What is this, Clark Kent?
See, this works. This is exactly how it
Instead
works.
of wearing green, and orange, she's wearing like, purple. Like,
Yes.
this is a
Completely different.
completely different Lapine.
It is.
Jack's just over there shaking her head. They're all retarded. They're all Korg. They're all Korg.
No, I'm Ertos.
I don't really see a way out of this without getting rid of the ship here. Uh, and I don't know.
So, like I was saying, our options are we try to sell the ship here and we take a different ship. We run away with this ship from here and we take a different ship from somewhere else. Um, or we wait around for Remus to get here, which would be like a month of wasted time, and then deal with that nonsense. We do the whole elephants plan, which is go and murder the Empire people that are on their way here.
We're
Or
not trying to draw attention from the Empire, so that
right,
one can probably be forgotten.
thank you. um, so yeah, like I was saying, so back to the list of things that we could do in an expeditious time frame. We could a try and sell the amethyst sky here, and then acquire another ship, whether it be through purchases or just leaving with one. We could leave with the amethyst sky here, and if we ever have to come back here, we just have paperwork made that says we're not the people who we were because we won't be coming in the amethyst sky.
These are not the people you were looking for.
Exactly. And then and you know or last but not least, uh the other bad idea.
I think that you're just far too deep here at this place, and there's really no way out of it without never coming back here again. Not
Right.
unless we. I mean, I really don't see us coming back here again for
Well, I mean, there
without.
are advantages to the Aethertech capital of the world, and if the Empire is not our enemy anymore, we can do it without having to piss a bunch of people off. That would be advantageous. I think. I'm
Welcome to
again,
Burnzone,
as
the
Jack has said,
Aethertech
I'm not the
capital.
smart bunny. I'm the pretty bunny. But
True statement.
um anyways, no one else is talking. And I'm just kind of rambling on at this point with the ideas, and I don't really know what else to do at this point.
I think Ertos has the highest intelligence of all the characters.
Yes, but he is also a smartass.
Everybody has a 10 except Korg that has a 6.
And we put
And me
him in
with my
charge.
13. And me with my 13.
Yeah,
Yeah, who's the real idiots here?
The blind leading the blind. Anyways, and,
I am
Well,
not blind.
and
I
our
am.
other
All
sailor isn't piping up any.
all
Looks at
right,
Johannan.
all right.
your skilled navigator and probably
Which
should be ship captain Johannan.
Probably should be.
which one of these helps us get on our mission
Probably.
of getting the
Stealing
cult
it.
bastards faster?
Stealing a ship.
Probably stealing the ship.
Then that's what we should do.
So we should
All
get
right.
rid of the amethyst sky, sell the aether core that we found, and sell off. But they probably only want it for parts because let's be fair, the amethyst sky has seen better days. It is not a very well put together ship anymore.
I think that it's beautiful.
I think that your vision is askew because your eyes are on the sides of your head.
Not any more than yours are.
They're a little spaced out more, probably.
Anyways, you what's the term? Looking through rose-colored glasses.
He's not
Um,
wearing any glasses.
Fine. If you don't like how I look, then let's find a different ship.
that's okay.
Okay. And
Wonderful idea, Captain.
on that
Good idea,
note,
Captain.
I think we're coming up just shy of 2 hours, but I think this is a good place to take our midstream break for rest, bathroom, drinks, whatever. So we'll be back in 15 minutes and
Yay.
pick back up with selling and acquiring a ship in the lawful nation of Burnsall. And welcome back to the skies of Ithcarius after our midstream break. Uh, After dealing with Left Hand Jack a little bit before we took our break, you guys were chewed out for targeting Empire people instead of cult people for these last several in game months. A little confusion on who the bad guys were. It might be you, might be an evil cult trying to summon a primordial god, could be the rightful, lawful rulers of the land. As you guys are trying to work out that piece, you guys came to a decision that you track down this ancient wayfinder, and you guys are going to attempt to sell your ship to buy a new one so you can head on out. And that is where we are picking up.
All right. So once we all agree that selling the ship is a good idea, I'm gonna go ahead and try and track down my associate in the which area was that? The craftsmanship district that came and did that inspection early, even though he
Yes.
wasn't supposed to.
Yeah,
And
the one you
I'm
bribed.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I'm carrying plenty of my money with me,
Okay.
in order to uh, again go about with these wonderful, completely legal trade agreements that we have um, going on here, and see if he can point me in the direction of an appropriate vendor that would be willing to appraise and purchase said vessel on short notice, buying, provided that we quote unquote fill out all the appropriate documents.
Is anybody going with Belina?
I can do it just as an escort. I'm not going to do any of the talking to that guy, though.
Okay. Is that it? Just Belina and Cork?
I have the business.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, John.
I can go too.
Okay, all right. Johannan, Belina, Korg headed to the craftsmanship district. Ertos and Rajin, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm just going to hang out at the docks. Wait
All right,
for any word on what direction we're going to be heading.
all right, and Rajin.
I want to talk to this wizard man who seemed to know way too much information.
Okay, all right. So you'll head back to the Amethyst Sky, talk to Thalsamar. So we'll start with Belina, Korg, and Johannan. You make your way off the Crimson Hand and head towards the craftsmanship district. Slowly moving your way, you find the original guild there. The gnomes that are busy working with their aetherwood, trying to craft things. As they come up, you see the gnome you're speaking to last time, and he looks at you, and his eyes go a little wide, and he kind of hustles over hurriedly. He's like, "What are you doing here? I thought we had said everything that we had to say. There was no reason for you to come back."
Right. So this is on a different matter, completely, completely different matter that I just would like to conduct some regular business, and you happen to be the most business-worthy person I know. She says as she happens to be uh, counting some coins in her hand.
He kind of looks at you, counting the coins. Kind of looks up around. He's like, "Not here, not here, not here." Uh, okay. Kind of looks around in the area because I have written copious notes here. Which apparently I can't find. So I don't know why I can't find my notes. All right. Well, fuck it. It's like just meet me meet me at one of the inns in the docks.
Name the inn, and I'll be there.
It's like, the the Golden Pigeon. Just meet me at the Golden Pigeon. Like 2 hours. Okay.
Agreed. Thank you. Again, you are one of the best businessmen I've met here.
Yes. Go. He kind of rushes back, and some people, other gnomes, are kind of looking in your general direction. He's kind of hustling and not really. They're like, and he starts talking. And he yells at them to like get back to work.
All right. So, I guess I'm gonna make my way to the Golden Pigeon, and uh, order a beverage while we wait. I guess.
All right, and then
I'll be
Rajin,
drinking heavily with him.
are what are you drinking?
Me? Alcohol.
Yeah, what?
Probably rum.
Because we all know Korg has a drinking problem.
It's definitely rum.
It's definitely getting worse.
Belina's drinking carrot juice. You can deal with it.
Rajin, back on the amethyst sky, you approach Desilmar. He's sitting at the table with Jazar's father. He's like, I'm sure that Belina will come by at any moment, my friend. She said as soon as they finished talking to that Jack lady that we would have the funeral for your son. I'm sure she wouldn't have forgotten. As Rajin approaches.
God damn it.
And you of course hear this conversation.
Let's see.
You try to figure out how your new character would react to this information with your old character's father.
Yeah. I'm actually going to head to the top of the ship where the wheel is. This looks too bad.
So you just head up to the upper deck.
Very quickly.
Okay. So time passes as Regine uncomfortably sits on the top of the deck. Are you just gonna stay there the rest of the time?
No. I'm going to wait
Ah.
about 20 minutes. I don't want to interject in that part of the conversation.
Okay.
Remember,
Like 20, 30 minutes pass. You go back downstairs. Jozar's father's anxiously looking at the door. As you come in, he makes the sound of a mournful cry as he looks at you. And he's just like, Jozar?
I walk out the door and go back to the deck.
He follows you, him and Thessalmar, and he just looks peculiarly at you. Thessalmar approaches you. He's like, Master Regine, it has been quite some time since Mistress Belina said that we would have Jazar's funeral, but we have not seen anybody return to the ship but you.
It would appear that Jack she's she's given some orders. You know how they can be pirates.
Yes, but Jazar must be given a proper sky burial. It has been many weeks since his death. Over a week. Jazar's father has waited all this time to be able to put his son to rest, and Jazar's dad, makes more mournful cries and wailing sounds.
Yes. About that, you should you should speak to the captain. Whoever that is.
Very well. I shall go. Do you know where they went?
Yes. I'll accompany you. How about that?
Yes. Come. We shall find them together, and they head off with you.
No. Nobody knows the other bird person. They don't know he's here. He's not on the logs. He has to stay. Rules and paperwork and stuff. you don't wanna
Well,
you don't wanna violate the C-2769.
yeah, well, I do not have a pass either, Master Regine.
But you know how they feel about birds.
I don't. Do gnomes dislike birds? And Drazar's dad's like, ah, ah.
see, he's just complicating the matter.
Please, no.
I couldn't.
Better yet, I'll go find them. How about that?
He's like, very well, we shall wait here for your return. Please do not dally. We were promised that the funeral would be today.
I'm not coming back.
Just take off. Where are you going? Just
To the ship place where I remember them going.
okay. You head to the ship, the craftsman yard, and stuff like that. You don't see any sign of them. Several of the gnomes kind of look at you curiously as you're there, but they just keep working, trying to, make more planks to put more ships together. Kind of mostly just ignore you.
Gonna go to that one that we were going to talk to about an upgrade.
You do not see him here.
Then I guess I'm going back to my temple.
Okay. You head back to the Temple of Death, and kind of you chill out there. Time passes. After the requisite 2 hours, Belina, Korg, and Johannan, you see the furtive, like, kind of gnome kind of rushes in. He slides in. He kind of gestures to you towards a back booth. He kind of slides in. Very suspiciously shadowy area, candlelight not casting. The most obviously, like, just something's going on. Like, he's not good at this. Like, you couldn't be more conspicuous as he kind of sits there and waits for you to join him.
Yeah, I move over to the area, uh, and I bring a drink for him with me, um, and I have a seat, and I was like, well, precisely on time as you said you would be. I appreciate the
Yes,
promptness.
yes, exactly 2 hours on the spot, as we agreed.
Indeed. So, um, what I would like to discuss with you is the appropriate channels that I would need to go through in order to swiftly sell a certain vessel.
You want to sell your ship instead of upgrade it now.
Yes, we've decided that
That's
the upgrades are just basically putting glue on a table that's fallen apart. It's really well beyond any help, and we're going to look into hiring a new vessel from here in order to uh, continue on our journeys as such with our religious expeditions and so on.
Yes. Do you have your original captaincy papers and the registration forms that you filed when you registered the vehicle?
Yes, Korg has all of those documents.
Yes. Well, you're going to have to take those. You're going to have to make 2 copies, and then you're going to have to go to the harbor master, and you have to fill out a T4632 Alpha that you want to sell. Were you the original owners of the ship, or are you secondhand owners of the ship?
We are secondhand owners of the ship. The ship
Okay. Then you have to fill out a T4632 Bravo, and you have to provide the original copy of your sale of receipt for when you purchased it.
We did not purchase the vessel. We recovered the vessel. It was a scuttled ship that we put back together ourselves.
Did you fill out a Salvager's 3629?
We did not because the island we salvaged it from did not require any of the prerequisite documents, and this is our first trip to Burnsall.
Yes, but when you registered your ship, if you were a second holder and it was a salvage ship and you provided your captaincy paper, you would have had to fill out an S-3629 in order to actually register as a salvage vessel in order to get your captaincy paperwork for the vessel. So if you have your captaincy paperwork, then you should have filled out a salvage request with the Empire in order to get your
Of
appropriate
course.
licensing.
I'm sure that's somewhere in the stack of papers in Korg's captain quarters. We'll just have to locate it. What was the number of it again?
It's an S-3629. Surely your captain knows this, yes? Where is your captain?
Drunk.
His he looks in Cork. You've been drinking for about 2 hours now, right?
I mean, yeah.
No, you're not drunk.
I'm going to say he's drunk, and I'm going to leave him over at the table he is, where he's obviously still drinking.
Okay.
Just pounding stuff down. Doing pretty good so far.
Yeah,
This is the least drunk you've seen Korg after drinking.
this is probably true. However, I'm going to stick with my story.
Yeah. Uh, well, your captain should have all the paperwork in his captaincy documentation. No, what? You provide your original salvage receipt, so you'll fill out the T4632 Bravo for a secondhand ownership form with the harbor master. That'll notify the city of Burnsall about your intent in order to put your vessel on sale. You'll have to put down your original number. An assessor will come out to assess the value of your ship, so that you can put it at a fair market price and search the docket. Having seen your vessel, not in the best of shape, really. It's
So
a single
let's say
mast, single balloon vessel. You're probably not going to get more than 5,000 for it, to be honest.
that's fine. Well, what I'm more concerned with is what if instead of selling the ship as a whole as it is, if we take, let's say, the parts and sell it off, like sell the engine for parts, and you sell the spare aether core that we also salvaged as parts, and so on and so forth. Would that be a faster process, perhaps an easier process for people who
Well,
need the
you'll
parts?
have to strip the ship yourself unless you file an S4001 to dedicate the ship to salvage to sell off the parts, at which time they would get appraised for their individual value. That secondary aether core that you're trying to sell is probably worth close to 3 to 4,000 alone, to be perfectly honest.
Fair, fair.
uh, with the parts, I don't know, maybe 10,000.
That's more along the lines of what we were hoping for. Um, so that's
I'm
probably the
not an
route we should
appraiser.
go.
I just build ships for a
No,
living,
no,
of
I
course.
understand,
So you
but
have to understand, it's required by Burnsall law for me to tell you that none of my statements are an endorsement or a guarantee of price. Of course, this is a casual conversation around the tavern. I am not authorized by the city of Burnsall or the commission to offer any value for your ship or any parts therein.
of course, of course.
You
Now,
cannot legally hold this conversation. This is not a legal conversation. Everybody needs to
what
understand.
conversation, sir?
He looks at you. Good.
Now, uh, I'm just here to enjoy a drink with a good friend who's been very nice to me since I've arrived. Now, the T4632B, the S3629, all in triplicate, as well as the S4001 in order to dedicate the ship to salvage.
Yes.
Wonderful. I have that all, and she just kind of writes it all on a little napkin, and she and wonderful. And uh, here, this is for whatever drinks you plan on purchasing for the rest of the evening, as she passes over 20 gold.
He palms it and looks around, making sure nobody saw it. He's like, oh, oh, of course, of course.
Now,
So you're gonna live in Burnsalt despite the warning that I gave you.
no, no, no. We're not going to be living. Like I said, we'll be purchasing travel. the money that we recover from having our vehicle dedicated to salvage.
Of course, of course, of course.
So
That makes sense. Yes, 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 yes.
now, um, of course, this conversation never took place. I appreciate all the information you've provided me with, and you have a wonderful evening. Order yourself a few drinks, relax. You seem to be a little wound up at the time. I'll be on my way and leave you to your drinks.
As you walk away, he kind of scoops the golden pouch. He gets up and he frantically rushes out of the inn.
All right. So I have a list. I go to Korg and Johanan, and I make note of the information that we needed in order to properly sell off the Amethyst Sky in short notice. If we could have uh, that secondary burial that we talked about, would probably be a good time to do so. Um, we'll have to, since we still can't launch the Amethyst Sky successfully, we'll have to uh, probably pay, because I'm not going to ask Jack to do it again. That would be a little awkward. Uh, but we'll have to see if we can pay for a ferry to take us out, and uh, we'll conduct the burial as we said we would with the secondary corpse that we designated. Yes. Uh, so um, let's go get that taken care of now. And I'll go. If you guys want to go prepare the secondary corpse, I'll go see about acquiring a uh, ferry um, for a short trip away from the docks to do the sky burial with Drazar's father. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you're drunk now.
All right. So hopefully, oh, that's right. Frick, my wife had to go tuck one of my children back into bed, so she is not aware of any of that information that I just passed on to her. I will have to
Get the body wrapped up. All done. No
yes,
problems.
make sure that no skin or anything is visible, and wrap it up so that it's like it's almost in a ball, so that you can't tell the actual shape of the corpse because he's a burnt mass. Remember?
He's not burned. We're just wrapping up the corpse of that other body guy
Right,
that
right,
was
right.
dead.
But it needs to look like a burned Drazar. Yes.
Why would I want to burn it though?
You don't have to burn it. You just have to make it. Johanan, please. And I will relay this again to my wife once she finally comes back from tucking my child in. I'm sure Johanan will handle this.
No problems. Body will be wrapped and burned.
No, no burning. No burning. You don't have to burn.
It's like that Swamp Castle episode, Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
Right. Anyways.
Yeah, that's about what it's like talking to Korg.
All right. So while they go do that, I'm going to go see if I can acquire a ferry and then head back to talk to Gerard's dad about getting this burial taken care of and let him know why we can't do it on our own ship.
All right, you guys make your way back towards the docks as a group. As you get there, you kind of split off. Cork, you head towards the Crimson Hand, and Belina, you kind of move around. It doesn't
Well,
take.
so I'm going to head into the main dockmasters area because at this point in
Okay.
time of the evening, I know that the one guy who's a stickler shouldn't be on duty, especially since it's Saturday, the day that he's supposed to be off, or sun, whatever the day is thing
No,
that he's
it's
supposed to.
only Luxari.
It's
He's
only like
off.
sorry. Oh, okay,
It's
but
still 2 days
it's
till his day off.
right, but it's after his work hours usually, I think. But I'm gonna take a look
Roll
around
me,
in there.
roll me a D percentile.
All right, fine. How do I do the percent? It's 2d10, right?
Just right click on the D10 and select percent.
Uh, uh, right click, percent, and roll. Did it not go through?
It did not.
Oh, well, let me reset. Roll. Oof.
All right. So you go in to the harbor master's area, and you see a different gnome sitting there, and he kind of looks up, like, yes, 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 new arrival, old arrival. What can I do you for?
Old arrival, former business associate of one of your friends, and I. But I'm here inquiring about some extra paperwork. I need to make some copies of a T4632B, an S3629, and a S4001. So I'm going to need the blank documents for those so that we can make their official copies in order to do it in triplicate as appropriate for an upcoming sale. Is there
Yes,
any way
yes,
that
of course. There will be a fee for each copy of 1 gold piece per form.
perfect? Uh, I I I
How many
provide.
copies do you need?
I need the you know what? Give me 3 of each, just in case someone makes a mistake while they're filling out the paperwork. I'd hate to hand in a mistake or any blotched paperwork.
He scratches down, fills out, and it goes shuffling through. He grabs several forms, places them on the desk, hands you a sheet of paper. Please sign this in triplicate, showing the receipt of the transaction, and please place your name on the left-hand box and sign in the right-hand box, signing
Wonderful.
that you have received the form and tender payment.
All right. So I set the gold coins on the counter. I fill out the paperwork as he says, but with not my name. Um, and then I go ahead and take the papers as said. Everything's done. The money's there. Document signed, even though it's not my signature. And I then I ask him, and who may I be able to talk to about renting a ferry for a short jaunt out of the dock area in order to conduct a religious ceremony?
For a religious ceremony, you probably have to go to the temple district, find yourself a cleric, of course.
We have a
Often they
cleric
can.
already, but
Oh, he
we
should be
just need
able
to finish.
to file an aspect requisition form in AR301,
Okay,
and he would be able to, in the name of religious services to the aspects, he would be able to take a short vessel free of charge.
wonderful, wonderful.
Your cleric should know this. Did he send you here to request
No,
this?
we got separated on the way because I had to come over here for this other paperwork. I think he might have gone back to his temple. I'm to get some incense. Uh, but yes, I'll have to double check with him about that. So just the A4301 you said?
An AR301, aspect requisition
AR301.
form 301.
AR301. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll have that with you shortly.
Yep. Have a good day.
Oh,
Thank you for visiting Burnsall, the Aethertech capital of the Empire.
of course. Thank you. All right. I go and I'm like, okay. And I look on the ship first. Do I
Uh,
see do I see Regine anywhere on the ship?
you do not. And speaking of Regine, what are
Yes.
you up to?
I'm packing.
Okay. All right. Airtos, you've seen Belina, Korg, and Johanna return to the dock area. Belina kind of rushed over to the harbor master area, then kind of headed towards the Amethyst Sky, and Korg and Johanna are heading out to the Crimson Hand. What are you up to?
Um, since I've been out on the docks, and taking an assessment of what all ships are actually here, is there anything that appears might be a worthwhile investment once everybody's plans?
Yeah. So besides the Amethyst Sky and the Crimson Hand, there's a scattering of other vessels that are docked here. A couple small single-masted ships similar to the Amethyst Sky, small crew, single-mast balloon type vessels, smaller Aether engines. There's a couple that look like a slight class higher, including, so they're about 40 to 50 feet in length, dual masted, still have the balloon type system. Slightly larger engine, could be a little faster, but of course requires more crew. And there's one non-balloon based vessel kind of towards the end. It's about 60 feet in length, 30 feet wide, has no masts and no balloons. But definitely has brandings of lots of Empire markings along it.
Okay. I will definitely make them. I will go back and once Belinda has returned to the ship, I will go back onto the ship and advise them of the various different ships. Of course,
All right.
having more keen interest in the one with all the Empire mark. But
Of course, you sell that one up more.
yep.
Okay. Korg and Johanna, you are on the Crimson Hand. As you approach Left Hand Jack's quarters, knock on the door to gain entry, and she waves you in. She's like, what do you want?
We are here for that other body.
The smelly, putrid fucking thing that Regine left in here?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I had the crew get rid of that shit.
Where did they get rid of it to?
Over the fucking side. I'm not gonna have a rotting corpse left in my captain's quarters.
Do you have any bulk trash items that I could wrap up in the shape of a body
What
that
the
I could take out and just get rid of for you? I am delivering trash today. That is my job. Is trash man now.
You're the fucking weirdest person ever. Just go downstairs and talk to the fucking cook, see if he's got anything. Why are you bothering me with this shit?
Thank you, Captain.
I was like, get the fuck out. And you guys leave.
Yeah.
So if you head downstairs, the Crimson Hand's a larger vessel, about 80 feet in length, has a large crew. Over 24 deckhands and various sailors kind of man it. And you kind of weave your way down, and there's a big kind of portly dwarf underneath, kind of stirring this slop together. Right? He looks up. He's like, "Oh, evening mess isn't for another 2 hours. Get your you're a fucking big one. What the fuck? I am making
yeah.
enough stew for you."
I am actually here for the mess. Do you have a mess that I can take and wrap up to look like a relatively large pile and that I could throw away for you?
Are you touched in the fucking head?
A lot of
What?
people have touched me
What?
in the head.
What do you want? You want to wrap the mess in what?
Just a mess. It doesn't have to be. It's anything that you want to throw away.
You want the
And I-
fucking trash?
Oh, yes,
Oh
that
yeah.
will work.
He points over to a corner, and there's like a pail full of like refuse, like various like moldy fruit and vegetables from their sea voyage, some moldy bread, kind of discarded trimmings from some like meat and stuff that he's been
Perfect.
cooking.
Bones
This
even?
will work perfectly.
He's like, yep, fucking get rid of it. Is that
And
what
I'm
Jack
gonna-
hired you for? Is to take
I'm
out
gonna-
the trash?
You could say that. And then I'm going to start wrapping up the trash into a semi-humanoid-ish looking half-burned form.
Okay, let's yeah, okay. Okay. Like you kind of wrap it up and try to disguise it as a soggy body,
Perfect. Let's go.
and you take off, head over towards the amethyst sky where you see Belina and Ertos are talking on the deck.
So really, it's that is most ideal of all that's out there.
But we literally just had a conversation with our superior officer about
Your
not
superior
provoking.
officer.
Yes, well, you see, but we're paying for your help, right?
Okay.
So by it being our superior officer, it's also yours. And
But
they
you
just
want to
literally
hurt a
said
good ship.
not with the upsetting of the empire so much. So
But you want a good ship.
yes, we would like a very much good ship. Yes, that's a good point. But I don't think we can get away with, just changing the markings on it and someone saying, "Oh, that's not an empire vessel anymore. Oh, it must be a free merchant." Those vessels don't come as not empire. That we would literally have to pose as empire personnel whenever anybody talked to us. And that would be so much of a pain.
I have the body. Then I'm
That
gonna
doesn't
give
look
like a
like the
big
same body.
sarcastic wink at him.
All
Right,
right.
You
right.
know,
Wait.
the body for the burial later today. The body
Yes.
that we are going to use later today for the burial of our friend.
That
Yeah, it looks like a soggy bag of trash.
that is one
Okay.
of the worst bodies ever.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attempt to neaten it up a little bit because that ain't passing.
And realistically, it'd be like a dex deception, but like whatever. Like just roll.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the only thing would be if it wasn't deception, it would be sleight of hand.
Yeah,
But either or, I'll do whichever check you want me to.
you can do average. See how you do.
Okay. All right. I'll do the deception first. So 19, and then I'll do the sleight of hand second. That's 24. So we're looking at
It,
average of a 21.
it looks much more like kind of shaped like a body, and some of the oozing like trash liquids aren't dripping out onto the deck anymore. Um, but it's just weird that Cord came with the bag of trash and started winking at you when you sent him to go get a body.
I'm just going to assume at this point that something didn't go the way we planned, or that Korg is just that dumb, and I'll leave it at that because that's what Belzina's at right now.
For Korg, this was a pretty smart idea.
I mean, to be fair,
I thought it was
but
clever.
Belina doesn't know that the body wasn't there anymore.
I know. It's
But
very
she's just going to assume that something went wrong.
yeah. This is
So,
very clever for Korg.
indeed, very clever. All right, so now we just need the freaking cleric so that we can get a skiff to conduct the burial. Where's the cleric? Has anybody seen the cleric?
Oh,
No.
yeah, the big elephant was supposed to be on the ship.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
He left.
Did you look around for him? He's really big. You can't miss him.
Yes, he's very hard to miss. I don't know. I haven't looked. I literally got here, and then Earthos started telling me about the ship
really good
on the
ship.
dock. Yes,
Really good
wonderful.
ship.
Anyways, so I guess I will. Well, hold on. So if he's gonna come with us to search for this stuff, maybe he went to pack.
Why would he want to pack?
Because he has a big trunk.
Can I throw Gyarados off the edge of the ship?
Got it.
Wow.
Well, at least he's always ready to travel.
Is it too late to unhire Iritos? I'm just asking.
uh,
I mean, you're the captain. Wow. We're
Speaking
so
of
bad.
hiring, now that you're talking about, it, we have to get our crew back together when we get
Yeah,
ready
you
to
don't
take
have
over
a
the ship.
crew. You don't even have a crew.
Right?
You have 3 people.
Right.
Everybody else abandoned you.
We need to go rehire our crew. And now that we're gonna go do some, you know, actual treasure hunting, and whatnot. Maybe people will actually want to stick around.
I will leave you in charge of the hiring again, like you did last time.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, not even gonna. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Um, but first we need to get the elephant man. Okay. I hope he doesn't wear a little coat, because then it's just a fat man in a little coat, and it's
No, that was too much of a stretch. I want to do more.
Leave the wise cracks. I have been wise.
mm,
You head to the temple district to find Rajim.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and head around the way that he brought us back to the dock. I'm gonna go ahead and head the reverse
Yep.
of that to see if I
So
run into him on the
you
way.
traverse. It takes like 30, 40 minutes to get to the temple district, and as you approach the door to the temple of death is still kind of sagging hinges, and you can see a large shape kind of shuffling around inside it, kind of bathed in shadow.
A regime.
Hey,
So we need you to fill out an AR-301 so that we could take a little skiff out to conduct another funeral.
fill out your own damn form. All you have to do is sign my name to it. It's easy.
I can't sign your name. I don't know how to sign your name.
Rajim.
I don't even know how to spell your name.
You guys don't do squiggly marks? That's the way everybody signs their name.
Fair. That's a fair statement.
Thought you
Could
were
I
a
at least?
pirate.
I'm a dancer. I just got hired on as a pirate because they needed me to woo a prince. And I've been dragged around all these adventures so far, and I really don't feel like talking about this right now because it's frustrating enough as it is because no one seems to be able to come up with plans,
Wait.
and I am just supposed to be a pretty face in order to be a distraction.
So you mean to tell me you were hired for one job and then you
Yes.
stuck with them for whatever reason?
Well, it was either stick with them or get arrested in jail.
I'm sorry. This sounds like a personal problem. You're a pirate now.
Anyway, moving right along, I just where's the form? I was told you would have one already.
No?
Yes, the AR-301. They said all the clerics have them.
Maybe the other temples. I was busy doing other things. You think people come visit me for forms about whatever?
I walk into the temple area that he's owns, and
Yeah,
I start looking at all the papers.
I totally have them on my desk.
yeah,
Who is
yeah,
like,
yeah. They're like right there.
it was like this one right here. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
with my observant feet, I literally walk in and
yeah. It's just
this
right
one.
there.
you didn't need the feet.
Right. Anyways,
It's like clearly labeled. There's 3 stacks of forms. He's like AR-301, Form 3001, like Form 917, and they have big labels on them. Like it's very organized.
right. Right. So this form, let's see. And I look and I see and I'm like, okay, purpose, burial at sky, uh, time today, uh, need, skiff, time frame, 1 hour, blah blah, and filling out all the little parts and pieces, and then signature. I look at Regina. I'm like, okay, his name starts with an R. So I make an R, and then I do a squiggly line after
Perfect. I'm trying to pack up my crap.
it.
I don't know how it ended up sending that many requests to
I
you.
don't know either.
But they all worked out great.
Whatever the case may
Alright,
be.
alright, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle.
It's like, all right, fine. I take the form and I go back to the harbor master's office. And I was like, okay, the cleric's going to be meeting us at the skiff. He gave me this to turn in to get the skiff.
I
Sorry.
am?
He checks over, uh, looks at that. Where's the other two forms?
The triplicate one stayed with one stayed with the cleric, and then the other one is where is the other one?
All requests have to be processed in triplicate.
Right, one stays with the owner, which stayed at the clerics, and I had two. I brought two with me. Where'd the second form go?
There's only one form here. I can't process your request.
Could you just give
Even
me
if the one stayed with your original cleric, I would have to process one here to keep on file that you had done the requisition here, and then send one on to the city hall for their records for future archiving.
I understand that.
Yes,
I understand. That.
records management is very important.
I can see the form that is needed to be filled out right there behind you. I literally have an original copy, right? All we need to do is transfer this information to one of those pieces of paper that's on the shelf behind you.
Yes, but
and
who's going to sign it? Because your cleric of the aspects isn't here.
I will take it back for a signature. He's literally just down the dock from here. I just need the piece of paper because I don't know what happened to the other one. Fair?
Highly irregular. I'm sorry. You have to come back with the forms.
Look, I will pay
a
$2
violation.
for that piece of paper.
Are you trying to bribe a government official?
I am not trying to bribe you. I'm trying to pay for a service.
Return back to your cleric of the aspects and get the appropriate amount of forms in order to file them appropriately. Good day, sir. And he says that one of the mechanical
I'm not even gonna get a
automatons.
persuasion check with the pay for a service thing. That's kind of shisty.
You've bribed multiple government officials so far.
That's literally my job. I'm a pirate.
The
now you're a
mechanical
pirate.
automaton kind of starts moving towards you, like,
Oh, come on.
you are disturbing the peace.
Dick DM sometimes. I don't know.
And not my
There's
fault. You
something
forgot
bad's gonna happen.
all the
Paulina.
forms have to be done in triplicate.
Haven't you learned anything
Yeah,
from
but
the
it's
elephant?
also not
Jeez.
my fault that you won't let me just take the paper off the shelf.
It's highly irregular. Weren't you listening?
Right.
Go get the other
That's why I
papers.
offered to pay for a service. Look,
Did you
Just go
not
get
listen
the
to
other
there's the
papers.
material, but that's 30 minutes of walking to get all the way back to the fucking temple.
No, it's not. Wait outside for 2 seconds. Sign the form yourself again.
But I don't have a second copy.
Oh,
He's only got the one copy.
if only you listen to Regine.
I listened to Rasheen. He said just sign the paperwork and go.
If anything, Regine's the dick.
This is
Yes.
true because he didn't say don't forget it's triplicate. All he had to say, no.
Or he could have come with you and he could have signed it on the spot.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't invited to go. I could be done
I
packing.
did say, "Oh, were you coming?" And she's like, "No, I have to pack."
No, that's when you said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I have to pack."
No, that was
To be fair, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning for him. Like,
Anyways.
maybe almost 4 a.m., I think.
So I make the trek back to the temple to get another copy of this stupid paper, glaring at Regine when I get there.
Yeah,
I blame you for this as I fill out a second form and the
Wait. Regine is done packing at this point in
Oh,
time.
oh, thank goodness. I have the other 3 cleric bodies in my little cart.
You packed up the 3 dead zombies
Yeah.
in your cart?
What if I need 'em?
Okay. Okay.
You can't raise them.
Okay.
It's
What
like
are
you
you gonna
never,
need them for?
You never know.
you never. Maybe Airtos needs a snack.
Anyway,
They're very putrid.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
I look
regime
at the
you go with
corpses and I think of the pile of trash that I have wrapped up looking like a human. I'm like, no, we're just gonna leave it like is. If you mess with something that's already good enough, you just ask for more trouble.
I'm confused
Whatever the case may be.
why you're back. Like, that's the face I give you, like, what?
I point to the paper.
That's,
Triplicate.
oh, that's
Fucking triplicate.
that's a piece of paper. Yeah.
So I grab another AR 301 and I
Ju-
fill it the fuck out. And I
Just
sign
one?
It.
Just one?
I hand one to you and I said, you fill out your own fucking form.
Oh,
And he just,
okay, but it's gonna be in 2 different handwritings. They don't like that.
yeah, but that one's gonna be your copy. Do you care?
Oh, of course. You
Are
gotta
you
full.
staying here or
What?
are you coming with us?
You gotta understand. You gotta submit the forms in triplicate. They'll give you their copy, or your copy. Have you never filled out paperwork?
No, paperwork is not what I do. I stand around and look pretty and convince people to do things for me. You are being a complete and total unhelping individual, and I am not happy with this.
This
I
is the
have
best
been
city I've ever made in my life.
I have been living in this shithole for months. I
would
am
much
ready
rather
to
live
leave.
somewhere like this than have to travel around to some of the shitholes that I have seen.
Do you know how many forms you have to fill out to dance? 12. I'm ready to leave. Let's go.
That's
Half-Weiss.
canon now. 12 forms to dance.
Canon. Gnomes don't like pleasure.
False.
They just don't like. They don't like dancing. They get pleasure from forms,
Forms.
From working.
records management, and inventing things.
I swear to God, I am going to prestidigitate stacks of paper so neatly stacked and formed as part of my routine here on the island that all the gnomes will pass out from sheer pleasure.
Yeah, that's how you bribe them.
Like, look at these forms. They're filled out so nice.
Right? Anyways, so I get my triplicate form and I go ahead and I do it so I have all 3 copies. I was like, at least come with me this time so I don't have to deal with this nonsense.
Well, yeah, coming back to the ship.
No, I need to go to the harbor master first in order to turn this shit in so that we can do the burial for Drazar's dad
Oh yeah.
so that he thinks we're burying Drazar for him.
Did you know
Because-
that you abandoned that guy and forgot to invite him to his own son's funeral?
Own son's wedding? Yes, I kind of figured that out.
I walked away
Yeah.
from that. It was so bad.
Yes, I know.
There was
So
no way
what
out
we're
of that
going to do
situation. I
is
had
we
to
have
run.
a stand-in. We have a stand-in corpse, and we're going to do a burial service, and we're going to give him a chance to mourn for his son's burial.
All that
That's
guy
what we're
could do
gonna
is honk at me.
Yes. Well, he has other noises he makes too, but you have a big trunk, so he probably thought honking was appropriate.
Fair. Let's go.
Anyways.
You guys make your way back to the doctors. Are you dragging the cart full of dead zombies?
Yeah, but I'm a cleric of death. I just keep the looks.
It's normal.
I'm not playing a procession for these ones. Fuck off.
They just drag it along. Many people staring. Like, it's obvious these bodies are like months old, like just rotted, decaying, just smell horrible. Or is he just pulling the cart full of dead bodies behind him?
Please stay out of the way where there were some diseased corpses discovered. The cleric of death needs to cleanse them and throw them over the edge of the island. All appropriate.
Disease!
The AR
Disease!
3500 form. Don't worry about it. Please disperse. Stay away from the cart.
Bring
Oh, well,
out
they
your
filled
dead.
out-
I have your form 5000. Bring out your dead.
Very many people stare at you. They kind of rush away at the mention of disease and bringing out the dead. One gnome does approach with like an elderly gnome, and he just kind of puts him in the cart.
No, no, not fully dead. Only fully
Oh,
dead.
no, you can
He
stay.
he hands you 5 gold for the form 5,000 to fill out in triplicate on the spot.
I do hastily.
Yeah.
I'm just ignoring this at this point.
He fills out
I'm
the
not dead
form.
yet.
They sign. He's
Yes,
like,
you all.
you you'll do
it's
nicely.
like, thank you. I was wondering how I was going to get that to the temple district for burial.
Yes.
Just died this morning. Good timing.
He's still alive.
He's dead. He's
Oh, okay.
dead.
Okay,
The
good.
real dead. No, a real dead one.
Okay.
As you guys migrate your way towards the dock district, the guards, stare at you strangely as you transition through each checkpoint. But you're the temple of death cleric, so they don't really say anything. They just kind of plug their nose at the smell as you move by and make your
I
way
have
over.
a lilac handkerchief on my face as I'm walking. And just
Yeah, you make your way towards the docks and the harbor master there.
it's like, and this. And I come in and I have him bring the cart inside. This is why I didn't need to bring the death cleric here in order to turn in these forms. But I see since you needed me to go back all the way to get him, I figured I'd come here and show you why I was
He-
trying to do this and save you from having to see this and smell this as I waft the
He
smell.
he, he kind of looks over. He kind of plugs his nose a little bit. He's like, "It's not the worst I've seen. Good morning, Regine. Here to do another burial."
Yes. A burial.
Uh, you know the routine. You've got the AR-301s in triplicate.
I drop the forms on the counter.
There you go.
He kind of goes through, checks everything. Uh, Everything looks good. Uh, Hands one copy to Regine for your records. It puts another, and of course the other will be sent on to the archives for filing should you ever need to reference it in the future. Your skiff will be located on Dock 1. Check in with Jerthal. He'll be able to lease it to you, and once you check it out, you'll have about 1 hour of time. Please do not be late, or there'll be a processing fee that we'll have to charge back to the temple. You know the deal, Regine. Same as last week.
Last week. It was great.
All right. So I just shake my head and I leave and I head back towards the amethyst sky to go get Drazar's father and our
You,
body.
you you head back to the air with this guy. Everybody's waiting. Thesselmar and Drazar's father are there, and they kind of as they see you approach. Drazar's father walks up to you. Drazar, where?
Uh,
Barry.
I gesture to the wrapped corpse, and I'm like, "We have the body already prepared for the burial. This is Regine. He's the death cleric that's going to be performing the rites for the burial. We have a skiff waiting down on Dock 1 because we can't uh, move the amethyst sky at this point in time. So we're going to go down to the skiff, and we'll go ahead and conduct the burial. At Sky, skiff will go out and in order to make the Death Cleric's life a little bit easier, we're also going to be performing the rite for these 4 other corpses that were. No, I think you're just going to keep the fresh one, aren't you?
They're all fresh.
No, no, 3 of those are definitely not fresh.
Excuse me.
Anyways, so uh, uh, it's part of the agreement for the Death Cleric to be performing the services for us. So, Korg, would you mind collecting Drazar's corpse and we'll make our way down to the skiff and we can conduct this burial?
Oh yes, which one was this? Was the Drazar's corpse
Points
again?
to the wrapped corpse-looking pile.
Oh right, got it. Big wink.
All right, you guys, you scoop up the body bag thing gingerly and walk down towards the docks for your second funeral of the day. You make your way over towards the main dock. There's a gnome there, and seeing Regine coming with a cart of bodies. Regine, are there 4 bodies in your cart?
Yes.
Okay, you're not gonna try to keep the dead gnome to reanimate later.
I mean, I am.
Then why didn't you leave it on the ship? Which is why I asked you if you were going to keep the fresh one.
I don't know what you mean by fresh.
Died this morning.
Hmm.
Right, you show your copy of the AR 301 to Jethro. He nods, waves you onto the skiff. It's a small mechanical skiff, capable of fitting maybe 12 to 13 passengers on it with the Aether engine underneath, and kind of putters up and just pulls you out towards the sky a bit. As you prepare, Drazard's father's just weeping, just horrible tears and sadness, and he's like,
On the
as
That's what this session feels like right now. Anyways,
on the way out to put the bodies, I cast Animate Dead on the freshly died person.
okay, it raises up as like this like zombie. It's like, master.
And I help me with the service.
Kind of starts dragging the bodies off and pumping them
Not yet.
into the skin.
Wait, yeah, hold on. Are we actually out to sea? Like out now?
Yeah.
No, as soon as that thing stands up and starts moving, I'm hurling it off this boat. Like no.
Make a attack roll.
Just with the
If you want to punt it off with your maul.
yeah,
Yeah.
recklessly.
Okay.
Can you recklessly for me?
Yeah. Just give yourself advantage on the attack. I mean, it stands up as like, "Rrr," and you're like, help me with my, and then this giant maul just slams in to this fucking gnome zombie and just punts it right off the fucking skiff. It just goes flying through the air and then just plummets down, and that'll be inspiration for.
Did you see that? They keep rising. That's like the 5th zombie that we've seen since we got here.
I did that. Damn it.
What?
yeah, Belina is just grinning from ear to ear at that. That was so satisfying.
Was
Anyway,
mine.
she pats Korg on the shell. Good job, Korg.
That was your zombie?
Yes.
You're definitely the bad guys as I sit back down.
Anyways,
Controlling
So,
those of
I
our
turn-
departed is not evil.
We have one party member who brings people back as dead people. We have another one that eats them. You guys have no respect for the dead.
I have all the respect.
Jazar's dad just breaks down into tears, just crying even more as this is going on.
Don't
Okay,
worry,
alright, guys,
Mr. Drazar's
this
dad.
is supposed
I
to be
made
a-
sure that nobody touched Drazar's body except for the one time the Iratos ate some of it.
Anyways, moving right along.
Dad is screaming. He's just like, he looks at Ertos, just rage and shock in his eyes as he starts to make his way over to his baby boy's body. to grab the rat eggs to look at this
No,
eaten
no,
leg.
you don't. He's very
No,
badly burned. You
yeah,
really do not want to look at this. There's a
we were
reason he's
we
already wrapped.
already we have him already wrapped ceremoniously for the thing. We can't redo it out here. Just leave it for now.
It's all right.
It will
It's
be okay.
okay.
I stopped him. He didn't get to eat him. I stopped him from eating him.
All right. Now, moving right along.
Yeah, he kind of goes back and he
Now,
goes to
this is the important
Thelsamar, and
part. It's a
Thelsamar
very
kind of
somber event. Do you have anything that you wish to convey and say as we commit Drazar to
you
the sky?
you get a series of sounds coming from the Kenku. The sound of grave, like church bells ringing, unfathomable like sadness, tears coming in various octaves, and just a melancholy air as and then he finishes, and Thelsamar like kind of nods. He's like, "That was beautiful."
Wonderful. Belsamar, as a friend to the father, do you have anything to say for his departed son?
No, I believe it is best for you all to say your piece, and for Regine to say the ancient rites of burial.
I will go first.
Right.
Brazar was very good friend. I'll miss him very much, and I really hope we never have to bury him again. Cause I don't like goodbye speeches, and these are hard to do all the time.
Right, because you had to do goodbyes for other friends. Moving along. Now, I would like to say that Drazar was a rather interesting bird person who could actually fly, but only when it was best for him and not usually when it was good for the rest of the group.
Drazar's dad nods.
Yeah,
So
um,
true. So true.
but he was a good person and he helped us through many things and he was one of the smartest people we had and he was very loyal to the captain. Will be sorely missed. And
And
so
then
on and so forth.
and then Regine, uh, for your final prayer.
The
Expect
pile of
save him in the
garbage.
next world, and I hoe it over.
With Drazar nods, appropriate funeral. Or Drazar's father nods. Like,
The trash is now nodding.
As it falls apart, as it goes down.
Rips
Wow.
open
And
it.
look, I'm
I
being
make sure-
nice here. I'm
I
being
turned
nice.
him away. He's like, you shouldn't look at the plummeting corpse. He's like,
Then he turns and he just cries, not looking as the bag rips to pieces and bits of trash just fly all over the sky.
All
Hey,
right, and I
take
believe
these
he gave
robes.
What?
Take these robes
He,
from the
you off?
the other corpses.
Oh. Who are you telling that?
Everyone, they'll come in handy.
Oh.
Trust me.
Okay. Well, I prestidigitate a set of them clean so that they don't stink and have muck all over them.
Belina, can you do that? Oh, wait, aren't there any even big enough for me?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
They might fit. They'll fit Ertos, Belina, and Johanan, and
Yep.
that's pretty much
Okay.
it.
That's fair.
And then I casually toss the other three over. Aspects be damned.
And they all fly over, and you guys pilot the skiff back. Done within an hour.
To the amethyst
no-
sky.
I was gonna say to the amethyst sky and keep it.
Okay, you guys pilot it back to the amethyst sky.
No, I'm not trying to get into that trouble right now.
I'm joking.
Okay, back towards the rental dock as you bring it back. Your
I'm not gonna
skiff
lie. The
pontoon.
idea of stealing that skiff came across my mind multiple times.
It did mine too.
Yes, let's
Just park in our ship and leave right now. Never come back. We got a free skiff right now.
Right,
Let's just.
replace the Ram of the Sky with a skiff.
It'll only take 10 years.
Yeah, they're not really built for aether streaming or decent travel. I think if you get too far away from like a main island, they'll probably plummet and crash.
No, we just take it, put it, and run away. Keep it. It's ours now. We return it. We return it.
As we arrive back, so freaking Vercingetorix.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I understand that journeying with us has been trying, and now that your son is gone, you wish to, not travel anymore and just settle. I understand that be the case.
Certainly.
Um, I have a final request. If you'd be willing to help the friends of your son one more time before you leave,
Maybe.
maybe. There are some documents that we need to have filled out appropriately. I have the original documents. We just need the information put on them in an official manner and dated as such that everything seems as if it was official and the way it was supposed to be. Um, so,
Yes, of course.
um, and that way we can move on with our journey, leave you to settle for the rest of your days as you would, hopefully free of any Empire prisons this time.
Yep.
So
Hey.
casual.
So he reaches out for the documents.
All right, I provide him with the T4632B, the S3629, and the S4001. And I sit with him as he fills them out, providing him with all the appropriate information for date of ship recovery and date of ownership and the official captaincy, whatnot, paperwork that we already have, making sure all the dates match up, providing all the information as necessary, and the request for committing the ship to salvage is filled out appropriately. In
Yep,
triplicate.
he goes through and fills out the forms with his deft forger's hand, getting all the documents. Goes through. He has these special tools. He kind of ages the older 3629 a bit, give it kind of an older look for an original salvage, and he creases them right so they don't look shiny and new, and gets everything kind of squared away with a few official kind of stamps and seals here and there. It takes about an hour or two. You're getting into the sun's starting to set as he finishes and slides the documents over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Is there anything that we can do for you in order to help you on your way as you try and settle or decide where you're going next? Do you need some money for travel?
Yeah, I'll give him 20 platinum. That should last him a while. Like a long while.
A lifetime?
Yeah, it's kind of what I was going for, especially with his advanced age.
I mean, you don't know how old he is.
Yeah.
I know he's your father, which makes him older than you, and I know that makes people old, generally speaking.
He's only like 30.
Gerard was like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still pretty old. I mean, how long do bird people live?
Whoa.
I feel like 20.
Whoa.
Bro, I'm 32. Don't I promise that's old. Like, come on.
I don't know how
I-
long
I
Kenku
feel like
lived.
20
Remember,
plat.
they were different races, so
Yeah, I feel like 20 plat could last him the rest of his life.
or set up a great forging shop in Burnsall.
Yeah, it'll get him started at least.
I mean,
Good enough.
that's a good place to do it. All those
Yeah.
fucking documents.
A very good place.
And if we do get to come back here, having that connection already here that can forge the documents for us, ah,
60
Kenku.
years of age.
Yeah, about 60. So he's like middle aged. He graciously accepts the money, and then he heads off the Amethyst Sky, heading in to the town of Burnsall, and I never have to deal with a fucking Kenku again.
You
That's-
will when we come back to this town to have him do stuff for us.
That's like the perfect end for him.
Yeah, it worked out well for him. You saved him from jail, freed him from torture. His son got brutally blown to pieces.
Yeah.
And then he got to settle in a town where his forgery skills will come in very handy if he can find people who want to skirt the
before
law.
he leaves, I let him know the name of the certain gnome that does good business, quote unquote, so that he may
He thanks you.
to have a maybe a step up on getting settled.
He thanks you very much. And it leaves the ship, and we don't have to deal with Kenku. I built this whole Kenku soundboard too. All right, what do you guys do? It's getting close to sunset now, with the 2 funerals and everything.
Well, I would say that we've got the paperwork done. We really can't do much else until uh, the morning. You know, when we can do all the official documents and turn-ins for requests for sale and appraisal and whatnot. So probably do a long rest would probably be a good thing right about now.
Nighttime is the best time to abscond.
Yes, but yeah. So and then look into the next after the ship sale is complete, looking into picking up a new vessel.
Why do we wait for the sale of the ship?
So we have money for supplies.
Sure.
And to pay the new crew. Unless you don't want paid.
I am sure that we could probably earn enough money just by getting out of here. That how much is this ship even worth?
So talking to the gnome, if we sell it as salvage, um, between the secondary aether core that we have that's not installed, as well as the aether core engine and the other parts that they could use from the ship, uh, selling it as salvage, we probably make possibly close to 10,000 gold. Um, whereas if we just tried to sell the ship as it by itself, we're probably looking closer to 5,000 with the condition that it's in as a ship.
Is that gold piece?
Yeah.
No. That's a lot of money.
Well, 10,000 is better than 5. So we're going to go ahead and try and do the salvage route in order to get the most bang for our buck because God bless it, the Amethyst Sky gave us some good times, and so we should get the most out of her that we can. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's gonna be sad though.
Yes, of course.
There'll officially be nothing left of my original zoo crew.
That is sad. Well,
That's
I mean,
2 whole crews that I've lost now. Maybe it's me that's cursed.
that would be unfortunate.
True, you've lost 2 crews.
Yeah, I mean I wasn't the captain of the one, but still I was a part of it. It hurts.
That's
Maybe
that,
it's time to go down with the ship.
you just want a turtle zombie.
Hold your tongue.
I feel like
I'm
this is a
starting to
true
understand
statement.
you. Don't think I don't.
I think this is a true statement. I think he does just want a turtle zombie. I think he's just mad because Korg like baseball punted his zombie off the ship.
No, that was,
He's like,
that was freaking hilarious.
That was like
maybe
the
you
first thing that
should
came to
try.
mind. That was the first thing that came to mind. Like, we've been fighting zombies. All of a sudden, a zombie jumps up in front of us. I'm like, oh shit, they're coming back. You know? I didn't know.
It was
He
That was
perfect.
good.
It was
Partially
great.
drunk.
All right, so you guys are long resting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing.
All right. You wake up the following morning. The cries of seagulls in the air as you prepare for the day.
All right. So here's how my day is going to go if I can get it to swing that way. I'm going to be having Korg in tow because he's the captain and I need his signature for things. And I'm going to have Jahan in tow to help hopefully keep Korg in check. And I'm going to collect up all the paperwork in the order at which they were explained to me by freaking uh, our gnome friend. I can never remember his name. Um, and
Yep.
then I'm going to make my wait. Is it so Tenabri? Is that the day that he has off, or is it the next
No,
day?
it's
Should be 2 days.
it's the next day.
Because I don't want to go and do this while that guy's in there. Because if we do it with that guy watching, he knows that Korg hasn't passed a captaincy test under his supervision. So how could he possibly be the captain of a vessel to sell it?
And the captaincy test was yesterday.
Yeah, and yeah, while we have the documents that say he passed the test on such and such date, which is fine, we just need that guy to not be on duty so that we can turn all that paperwork in
Can't you just say
appropriately.
you found the paperwork?
No, that particular gnome is a shisty bastard. And besides the fact that the paperwork that you forged for us with the captaincy has that particular gnome's signature on it.
Okay. He signed it a long time ago. They don't remember that
No,
shit.
no, but it's dated this week.
Okay. Kill him.
Well, I would love
Okay,
to because he's
like
been a severe thorn in our side since we got here. That is not a good thing. And we're not trying to get the Empire mad at us. We literally just had this conversation with Jack. And the gnomes here work for the Empire. Therefore, we're not just going to go on a killing spree of gnomes. And while gnome punting zombies is kind of funny, we're not going to punt regular gnomes off the side.
We say all in the comfort of my cabin in closed vicinity, quiet areas.
Yes, we're definitely still on board the Amethyst Sky because we haven't left
Listen.
yet because I realized that we can't turn the paperwork in until tomorrow.
Listen, if it's the gnome
So today we hire a crew.
I think you're talking about, he definitely knows I'm coming for him. Piece of shit.
He's a very difficult harbor master, to say the least. He's the senior harbor master and the one that lists all the tests for the captaincies and whatnot.
Just have somebody else take the test. It's not that hard.
What we should do today is focus on getting another crew so we can
Yes,
pilot the
we
ship.
do need to get a crew back together. Maybe we should go and see if we can find some of our old crew and see if they want to come back or see if there's any new crew members for hire. However, if we're going to do that, hey, do you know what the proper quote unquote forms are for hiring a crew here without having to worry about dealing with the authorities?
Uh,
a form P501.
yes. P.
P for
Five.
pirate.
Oh, make sure to get it right. P501. It's not P501. P501. 001.
All right, P5. Oh, ones or
We're
zero one?
not trying to go the route of paperwork for hiring, are we? Because that sounds like then all of our people will be tracked by the Empire too. Our crew should probably not be run through the Empire.
Yeah, but when they're already certified by the Empire, and then they come aboard the ship for inspection, you give them the old paperwork with the P501, not 01. Uh, and then what are they going to say? You got undocumented workers? Get them ready for deportation? No.
All right. Anyways, all right. So this is the forms we need. Now, but they'll have to be willing to understand the type of work that we're going to be doing, or at least the acquisition of a new ship portion therein. So I don't know how successful we'll be in finding people who are of that. What's the word? Ilk? Is that the word? I think that's the word.
Are you have you picked out a ship that you want to liberate?
So, can you go through the descriptions again? I know you said that there was the one Empire
So
ship down on the end
there's
that doesn't have any masts and it's all fancy, and I'm like,
yep,
that's just asking the Empire to crawl up our butts
yep,
and
and
die.
then there are several small vessels like the Amethyst Sky single-masted balloon-based ships, and then there are like two or three dual-masted balloon-based ships with slightly larger engines. They're closer to like 60, 70 foot vessels, about 30 feet across. The Amethyst Sky is much small, quite a bit smaller than that.
Okay.
And go ahead,
Or
roll me D20.
a D20. A 9.
Yeah, and that's it.
Okay. So, of the options that are here, what would be the most what looks like the quickest other than the Empire uh
One of the
dual mast ships?
one of the dual-masted uh, ships is probably faster.
Okay.
Uh, so those are going to be your quicker ones. The other ones are going to be similar to the Amethyst Sky. The dual-masted ones with the larger Aether Core engine have the majority of those upgrades that you were looking to do on the Amethyst Sky already kind of built in with the
Nice.
additional like mass support. And they're not
Yes.
as reliant on the balloon because they have a larger engine. The
Nice.
balloon's just for additional lift, but not necessary per se,
Okay. All right. So yeah.
because they
So
are a significant upgrade.
uh, as we walk down the docks, I'll scan at those specifically those. How many of those did you say there were?
There are three.
Three of those. Okay. Do do I notice anything in particular about any of them that uh seem to are is one of them in decent shape or less guarded but is still in good shape per se?
And your passive perception is 21, and you got a 22. So you look at them. The three of them all appear to be some form of merchant vessel in some way. Uh, Flying various merchant colors. There's the golden stag head of merchant clan out of the Empire. There, and this one, as you kind of look, kind of idling around, it's got several kind of lanky younger looking people working it, and you can see a contingent of 4 or 5 kind of guards uh, moving around. They're dressed in kind of light leather armor, studded leather, wielding like curved blades for quick movement, and they all have kind of a pistol hooked to their hip. As you
Hmm.
move down, you see another one flying a red kind of phoenix banner on the ship. This one, all the crew looks much tougher. They're kind of beefier. They have kind of dark tan skin. They're all armed with blades and guns. And the third one flies kind of a bluish banner. On here, it's a little different. You see the crew kind of moving around. You don't necessarily see any guards, but like big burly like armed guards, but you see several crisply dressed individuals that kind of walk around with an air of authority. You do see some guns strapped to them, but they don't look like they carry blades, and there's maybe 6 or 7 of those.
Are any of them looking to quote unquote hire crew for their next mission, or do they all have an assigned crew?
They None of them look like they're looking to hire crew.
Okay.
They're just offloading cargo.
All right then. In that case, I would say the blue banner would probably be the target.
All right. So based upon your observations, if you spend about an hour kind of checking them out, it looks like there's about 15 crew members to operate this ship.
Okay. So
Uh, and not counting the 5 or 6, or sorry, like the 6 or 7 like guard types that are there.
okay.
So
So
total of like 21 people. Or
21 people. Okay, and then so to operate the ship, you need 15 at least.
minimum of 15.
Okay, so that's how many we have to recruit.
You have 3 skilled because Liam, Kira, and the old chick stayed with you.
Right, the twins stayed.
Well, they're not
And
twins, but they're like
oh,
joined at the hip.
okay,
Those stayed. So you have 3 skilled crew members, no unskilled crew members at this point in time.
okay,
So you'd have to hire at least 12.
okay. So 12. All right. What was okay? Looking at the notes again. Crew pay. Where's the pay?
So it
Let's
is
see.
unskilled crew is 2 silver a day.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we need to hire 12, offering 2 silver a day. Okay.
And
And
if
if
you want, you can look for skilled crew members.
right,
Like you
and
don't
I
currently
might
have
look
an
for a couple
engineer.
skilled. Yes, picking up a new engineer would probably be a good idea. Being that ours is a paperweight.
We could sell them.
Hmm.
Sell Johnny.
What? Yeah, like
I'm sure he has some value somewhere.
yeah. Is
I'm not entertaining that idea right now, personally.
he is an advanced mechanism which his body can contain a soul. Not that I know that.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
body does contain a soul.
yeah. His body's
Pull,
just locked up right now.
pull that one out, put a different one in. It's necromancy, come on.
Um, so I know we're getting close to 4 hours. I know it's after 4 a.m. for Regine.
Just no, it's
Um,
3.
It's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, it's up to you guys if you want to press. I feel like this could be a good stopping point. We could hire crew, liberate the ship, and fly off at the next session.
Yeah.
And I could draw out a really good ship map instead of using a generic map if you guys want.
Yeah. That
Um,
sounds good.
because
Are they
I know
just
it's
going to
getting
scale
late.
up the ship again?
All
Yeah,
right, sounds good.
I just think it's probably a good stopping place, especially
Okay.
since it's super late for our East Coast player.
Indeed.
So
I
think
think this was a productive session.
Yeah, it was fun.
we got the campaign back on track, so I'm very happy, and we were able to, we're migrating forward. And you're gonna get a ship upgrade after all,
Woohoo.
perhaps. Ha ha ha.
Unless they scuttle
All right.
this one too.
All right, and with that, thank you to everybody out in Twitch land who joined in tonight in the Zoo Cruise Crazy Adventures and their double funeral, since they forgot the person's father for the first one. But we appreciate everybody watching out in Twitch land, or if you're watching this on YouTube in a few days' time. Thanks for joining us. We will meet again in 2 weeks. Well, we should all be placed because none of us are allowed to go anywhere for the next 2 months. So we should all be here.
Yay.
So have a fantastic night, and thank you.
Thanks for following.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.